Are you shitting me? Are you absolutely shitting me? Okay, so it's gotta be OBS. There was an internet outage on the day that we tried to do the last live stream. So I thought that it would be all sorted today because there's been no issues. Oh, I'm not happy. I'm just seeing if the actual Wi-Fi is dropping from my phone as well when it happens. That will help. Let's just keep an eye on it for a bit. Hello, everybody. Sorry to come in like, pissy. How is everyone? There's so many people in here. Oh, hello, everybody. Sorry, let's just do some technical difficulties. I may need to look into a different platform. I don't know what's happening. Actually, I wonder if it's the platform that I dual stream through. Might be interesting. Or maybe it won't happen again. Maybe should we just be really optimistic? Hello everybody though. I'll say hi. Oh, I have so many mods in here. Thank you so much for everyone being in here. Hi Kex, hey Mal, hey Angelica, hi Pain in the Axe, hey Tiger, hey Furball. Hello Morag, October. Hey Caden, hey Janton. Hey Joke, hi King, hey Amanda, hi Benita. Oh, there's so many people in here. Hello everybody. Is my throat sounding scratchy? I just had something to eat so I don't get hungry halfway through my stream. So maybe I need some water. Hello Neo and Wide Ride. Hi everybody. I'm just waiting to see if the internet is stable. I'm seeing that a lot of people have had a bad week. I'm really sorry to hear that. My week's been a little unusual as well. And like the last stream was fully cursed. Like from needing to do like some family stuff and then trying and the internet was questionable at best. Yeah, it was all chopped up, it was. And now it's dropped twice already in the stream, so I'm just hoping. Like, the frame rate when it's there is perfect. It's just that it's dropping in and out, so I'm not quite sure. Nobody talk about it. And I'm irritated because I've been really looking forward to this stream. Thanks to the very epic, very legendary Charlie Gold, I managed to get a clean version of that members only live stream, and I have so many thoughts and I want to get these thoughts out, and who else is going to listen to these thoughts? My husband surely isn't. Okay, I'm hesitant, but it's seeming stable. Is it? Is it stable? Maybe. Okay, let's just proceed as usual. If it's really going to be bad, I'm just going to look into a different platform. It will change the way my little Vera the Chicken moves. That's the only thing that is distressing me at this point. Nobody move, nobody breathe, nobody blink. Aussie internet, yeah. I mean, like, maybe. I'm not entirely sure what it is. That's why I'm just keeping an eye on my phone to see if it's dropping out. Because if it's the Wi-Fi, then that's one problem. But if it's the actual platform I'm using, then that's another problem. At least it gives a little pop-up for me and makes a little noise if it goes down, so I'm aware of when it goes down. Okay. All right. Let's actually do things. Now, the last stream was a little dodge and not technically April for everybody. So I just wanted to, in case you missed it, this is your one very fabulous chicken daddy. If your birthday is in April, this is your chicken daddy. What is going on? Oh, Kex, you're just glad to be here with the nuggets and the chicken. I'm happy to be here too. I've been really looking forward to it. I'm kind of glad that this week is over. Like, yeah, it's been a week. That looks like your brother-in-law. It's not, is it? Is your brother-in-law a chicken influencer? This is actually quite a famous chicken influencer, and I cannot for the life of me remember his name. Okay, but let's get into this. So I have decided, by the way, I am going to make a second channel that I can just put my the edits that I make for my live streams. I'm just going to put there because nobody seems to be really doing highlights of Rosie streams, and I thought I'll just like pay it forward. I'll put it there, and anybody in the community who wants to use it can, because I'm making them anyway. They may as well be used. So these will go up. I'm thinking it'll probably be like a Vera the Chicken clips or something like that. I haven't made it yet, but what I've done is I've gone through and clipped the highlights from the members only live stream and then the clips from the one that followed. And it's nothing short of entitlement, and anyone who missed this law that was going on, I'm just going to fill in everything. The March Chicken Daddy? Yeah, I showed the March Chicken Daddy in March. Hang on a second. One moment, please. My downloads folder is full of legal documents, and I'm just struggling to find it. It looks like a crime scene in here, and it is because I am working on a new video. There we go. Okay, March. That's your March Chicken Daddy. You forgot. They're just great. And I love that the roosters are always in drag. Like, if there is a rooster in the picture, it's also in drag. See, these two are hens. This is a rooster, and he has a little tulle, like, petticoat on. They're so much fun. I really like them. Okay, so we at least haven't dropped in 10 minutes. That's something, right, my nuggets? Let's start with the members only stream. Now, this is the one that she did directly after she got back home from Texas, but she does say that she had been home for quite a few days when she made this. So, yes, let's get into this, shall we?
Minute to come in. I don't know how many people to expect. I did let me fix this here. I did pre-plan this days in advance because I wanted.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much, LV. I've been seeing you post that. So don't forget, if you are a YouTube member, a Patreon subscriber, or a Twitch subscriber, including gifted memberships or including using your Amazon Prime, you have access to the new Discord, and we're going to start doing members-only live streams there very soon. And we're also going to start doing some movie nights as well. So head on over there. LV is putting up how to connect your accounts. Patreon should be automatic because that's done at my end. But Twitch and YouTube need you to connect your accounts. If you're having any trouble, just shoot me a friend request on Discord and I'll get you in there. I'm Vera the Chicken everywhere, always. But yeah, it's really fun. There's always a lot of chatter going on. There's a lot of people in there already. Over 30 in my last look. So yeah, it's a good time. It is fun, yeah. Yeah, so thank you. So do try the instructions that LV is putting first. And then if that just doesn't work for some reason, because sometimes, I don't know, discords, then send me a friend request. And by the way, oh gosh, I can't remember who it was. I'm so sorry. I'm really good at remembering the events that happen and really bad with linking the names to it. The Princess Bride was requested and somebody was in there saying that it's available to rent on YouTube. And I went through the movies that I have in my collection, and you better believe The Princess Bride is in my possession. I don't even need to rent it. I just have it. So I would really like to watch that one with you all. But yeah. Angelica, oh, I adore you. Maybe if we all like the stream, it will protect it from the buffering and lagging curse. I'll be like, Water Baby, thank you so much. Oh, thank you for doing that. 5 gifted memberships. So, Siobhan, Angelica, Meg Check, Catherine Rhett, and Free Amber's Choker. I love that name. Congratulations, you're all a member and you all have access to members-only videos and the Discord. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You did, you got one. Okay. You're all distracting me. I want to watch this video. Shame.
People, if they wanted an opportunity to be here.
Look, if it's intermittent enough, I think we can ignore it because I'm aware of it and I can just wait to speak and I'll pause the video. But if it gets super regular like it did last time, oh, I need to check. Yeah, see, I don't think it's my Wi-Fi. My phone didn't drop. That's weird, right? Another thing I can try is try reconnecting my multi-stream thing. But honestly, if I need to get a different platform, I'll get a different platform. I don't think it's my internet. Yes. Do I regularly restart my computer and clear cache? Yes. I'm doing all of the things. It's just at the moment me trying to whittle down exactly what it is. Because like I'm using OBS Studio to stream. There are so many other platforms that I can use. It's just I like this one because I can make the Vera Chukin do what I want the Vera Chukin to do, which there's another way to do it. I don't know. I liked this way, but yeah, we'll see. That freeze frame. I have a skill, okay? I do. But just for some context for this, if you didn't know, basically what's happened is she went for 2 weeks to visit her boyfriend, and she had promised a bunch of members-only stuff, and then something happened and she used that as an excuse to continue to not do members-only stuff. So she's basically fully ripped her members off by doing this, and this is what we're addressing today. Freeze frame is pretty hilarious. The thumbnail image that I used for this, I clicked once in a random spot and it landed on. I'm so sorry. Look, be honest with me, my nuggets. If it does get too annoying, I'll just pull it. I'll do some technical things in the background and like reschedule it for 24 hours. Like we'll do what we can. And because it's taking Twitch longer to reconnect for some reason. Oh no, thank you, Nutty. I know it's not my fault, but like I'm here to give you a certain quality of entertainment that I would like to be able to provide, and it's frustrating when it's something tech based, but I should be able to figure it out surely. But yeah, I don't know. It's 100% not my Wi-Fi going down. I'm watching the connection on my phone and it's not having any disruption at all. So at least we've eliminated that as a possibility. It's not nearly as bad as last time yet. I'm worried about the frequency as it's picking up a bit. LV, thank you so much. Oh, you're so sweet. Gifted 10 more memberships. Oh, and I just remembered we're in a new month, so I can also give 5. Wait. Let me do it. Did that work? Whoops. Yes. Okay. Nemarium, Aguila cookie? Roses and Roses, Indigo, Irish, Vanessa, D, Jessica. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Onomatopoeia, Andromeda, and who did I get? I got Anka, Bex a bunny, Ghost from the Hallway, Courtney, and Bariatric Parasite. Jump into the Discord, guys, and check out the members only. And congratulations. Thank you so much, LV. Thank you.
When I was in Texas, but I was like so excited to be there that I never slept more than like 6 hours at a time. Like every time I woke up, I'd be like, we have things to do. There's something to address. There's a...
Oh man, that laugh. It sounds so fake. Oh, it's like Amber's one that goes Southern Bonita, thank you so much. Right as I was like about to start thanking you, it dropped. Thank you so much. 5 more gifted memberships to Caden, Naomi, Nicole, Awakened Soul, Shine 5, and I am not going to attempt that. That looks, that is in a different language, but congratulations. Thank you so much, Southern Bonita. My goodness, this is like a membership party. I will schedule the watch party very soon so everyone can enjoy it. Yeah, cutting out halfway through. I'm like, I literally, I think got thank out and then it dropped. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much.
There's a new development that I have to process in real time.
Amanda, thank you so much for the super chat. That's really kind of you. The thing about QLR that's especially annoying is her attempt at sounding pseudo-intellectual in tandem with that laugh. No, thank you. Oh, so well said. So well said. Yes, thank you so much. And the thing about this is she's saying, oh, there's so much to address. There's so much real-time things that I need to deal with. She didn't need to deal with any of it. She didn't. She could have just ignored and should have ignored all of it, but instead she opted to feed the trolls at every single opportunity.
You know, lots of things happened when I was in Texas. And, you know, that's neither here nor there. But I hope that if you're watching this live, if you haven't already, please go see my 2 most recent community chat posts. Mainly the second most recent. Not the most recent one, but the second most recent, where I discussed some of the things that I did not talk about in my pre-recorded update or in the 7-minute update that I did for you guys on members only. there's so much to talk about and so much to update you guys on. There's so much I want to, I don't even know where to start, to be honest. Hey, Remy. It's so funny. We were talking on video chat, and I was like, his name is Remy. Remy, because I've been calling him by, like, his real name for...
Every time she says that, his name is Remy, it's like, that's not my name. That's not my name. Yeah, King, she does. She acts like a middle schooler with a boyfriend with drama. Her weird sort of cool girl act. It's all uncomfy to you. Yes, I agree with that completely. King, it's not just me. Her name is Stacy. Something, I don't know all the lyrics. I'm gonna stop. Yeah, so this chat was actually quite slow. It took a while to get people in because this was a members only thing, but then of course Remily turns up and her world is delighted, and she just so badly wants everybody to know that, you know, she's claimed by somebody just like all the other girls. And I know that she hates to be compared with the other girls, but the reality is there are so many overlaps.
Weeks. And I was like, I can't mess that up. So, but anyway, haven't been live in weeks. That's weird for me. It kind of sucks, to be honest with you. It wasn't the original plan, right?
It was completely her choice to not go live. Now, look, the thing is, yes, Remily was doxxed, which was completely at her hands. She gave so much information. She knows full well that this is what happens in Girl World. I'm not endorsing that happens in Girl World, but it's a pattern by this point. But she still put all of his information out there, knowing, and then streamed from his kitchen, also knowing that that's more than enough to find an address for these people. They are very creative, and they are very persistent in the gaining of knowledge. The camera angle, yeah. And so she this is all of her doing, but she's going to frame it as though this is a punishment for those who acted out.
But I'm gonna be transparent about this. You look kind of happy. Oh, I am happy. Because life is really good. I processed my sadness from being back, you know, like I did that offline. That's not entertainment. That's not for y'all. I'm trying to get better about myself, my boundaries, my actions online. I'm just trying to get better about that kind of stuff.
She's been online long enough to know what these things are too. And like, look, here's the thing. She had 2 paparazzi style photos taken of her, and I have no doubt that that doesn't feel good. I wouldn't enjoy that either. But at the same time, if you had have just shut the clock up about who you were with and where you were going, that sort of thing becomes a lot less likely. And the fact that she's, you know, cruising around in a convertible with her hands in the air, she becomes quite conspicuous. And while she's not a major celebrity, she's still popular enough that if people know what city she's going to be in, then Freddie says hello, then people are going to find her. And I don't necessarily know that these people were just out looking for her or just happened upon her. Oh, goodness. It was public info made private, so while someone dug it up, it was also readily available. Yeah, it was. It really was.
Which is one of the reasons why when things started escalating behind the scenes.
Oh, that's right. I remember. I was going to say, I do understand the not necessarily wanting to go live after people have been doxxed, because then it's kind of like they know exactly where you are at what time. that kind of thing. I understand that. But she absolutely could have been editing members only videos, like vlog style, and putting them up. The reality is, she got there, she realized she didn't want to work. She wanted to spend all of her time with Remily. And rather than be honest with her viewers about that, she's persisted in trying to gaslight them, essentially, and reversing the blame onto them for being quote unquote creepy, right? The way you stop talking and just wait there. You guys are funny.
Really harshly. I just cut the cord and I pre-recorded. And look, so first of all, members, I want to speak to my members who are here, because you're not sniping, because you actually support me and you fuck with me. I'm gonna talk to y'all for a minute, because that's why I'm doing this live first. I am genuinely sorry that the actions that I had to take to protect myself felt like a punishment to some of you. I am genuinely fucking sorry. There were situations outside of my control that I did summarize in that community tab post. And so I'll just state them here for anyone who doesn't want to read it or whatever. My brother was home when a wellness check was called on me.
I have a theory about this timeline that she's about to lay out. So she got to Texas with Remily, and I have a feeling that, I'm so sorry, my boys are they're having a crow party. I have a feeling, because there were periods of time where Rosie was left at Remily's house by herself. So I kind of wonder if in that first week he had to continue to work or study or whatever it is that he's doing. But then in the second week, he was free. And so what happens is, it's apparently the Thursday of her being there that the wellness check is sent to her house, apparently her house where she actually lives, not Remily's house. And then the photos came out, and she used that right before the weekend as an excuse to say, well, I'm not going to be working anymore. I'm not going to be editing. I'm not going to be going on live, because she's thinking, okay, now the weekend has hit and we know that he's about to have a whole lot of time off. She just wants to spend all of that time with him, which in all honesty, I think is fine, had she have been honest about it. Oh, you changed your name. You'll be ever curious. Thank you so much. Let me know when you change your names, because I have trouble tracking. Thank you so much for letting me know. Yeah, wellness checks and swatting are creepy side effects of having an online audience. I agree. I don't like it either, unless it's genuinely warranted. It's a waste of resources. It's not good. It's really not. Honest? What's that? Yes, I don't know. Well, the girls lie.
The third day I was in Texas, or the second day, the exacts I don't remember. I'd have to look back on the call log from when he called me. And it was the day before I did the second live in the kitchen in Texas. That much I know for sure. So whatever that day is, that it was the day before, because I chose to stay silent, because I didn't want a reaction. I didn't want to give a reaction. I didn't want to give them what they wanted.
And yet she gave them the attention anyway. So she's saying what this equates to is that she's saying, I'm not going to give them the attention, gives them the attention, but also uses it as an excuse to not work. Yeah, Furball, the girls are also dramatic. That every time they end a stream, it could technically be enough to do a wellness check. Yeah. I don't necessarily think that online strangers should be submitting wellness checks unless there's something that's like an emergency that's clearly happened on live, like a collapse or something like that. But yeah, How about you don't visit Texas again? Okay, thanks. Bye bye, Rosie. Bless your heart.
Then my non-reaction kind of made things worse.
No. Your non-reaction would have been the appropriate tact to take. If you have unwelcome advances or attention put on you, then it is wise to be as boring as humanly possible to those people. The fact that she basically put up a members only video talking about these people. She put up 2 community posts talking about these people. She did an entire live stream dedicated prior to this talking about these people. At no point has there been silence from her about these people.
When the doxing attempts started, that was when I cut the cord. Because, no.
And that's also not true because the doxing technically started before she went to Texas. So she cut the cord before her first weekend in Texas. So that's not at all true. There had been stuff leading up to this. But this is why I say it's gaslighting. I know this word is overused. But in reality, this is actually an example of it. She is trying to convince us that the truth that we know is actually completely different and run this narrative instead.
We're not doing that. So that was when I was like, you know what? This has gone from being like a dual thing I was going to try to do to I'm just on vacation. And I said this prior and I'll say it again. I'm not going to apologize for protecting myself with the information I was given in real time, and I handled it the best that I could.
Which is utter bullshit. Because she explained, if you've watched a previous live that I did on it, sorry, I cannot remember which one it was at this point. She explained that this has happened to her before. So she has experience with the way girl world works. She's also just very recently witnessed Amber going through it. So handling it in the best way that she could as things arose is just not at all correct, because she should by now know how to handle this sort of thing. The reality is she wanted his name to be out there. That's why she gave all of the information. She wanted people to know about her relationship, and she wanted people to know that she was, I don't know, going to this guy's house to do God knows what. Use your imaginations, my nuggets. And, you know, be seen to be this cool chick who has a boyfriend now. What is this? I love it. Emmeline Reed in glasses is a cheap disguise. You think she called in the wellness check? I think that is highly plausible. I really do. Fantasy time. No, that makes it sound so sweet. Yeah, 25-year-old boyfriend at that. And I'm still stuck on, you know, here's the thing. We don't know if he's into the feeder kind of thing at the moment, but I do keep getting stuck on that. Look, my relationship is kind of the only perspective on love that I have. Here's what I have to say. I don't think my husband or I would care or be less attracted to if there was weight put on. That's not going to be an issue because the relationship and the love is so much deeper than that, right? I don't think these two are at that point, considering it's only been a couple of months, but I think that's fine. Where things would come up, and it's not going to be necessarily from a love or attraction perspective, but from a concern of health perspective. And when you're attracted to somebody who is of such an extreme physique as Rosie, I worry what that says. That I think it is a red flag that should be concerning, but I will reiterate, we really don't know. He could just genuinely not see the physique. That could be a genuine thing. Or, as we kind of covered in his Reddit posts, maybe he's not really that into girls, and this is kind of a quote-unquote safe way he can kind of cover what he actually is to his very religious family. Yes, that's true. He's a chubby chaser by his admission. If she loses weight, is he going to stick around? But see, here's the thing. I don't know that I would call this chubby chasing, right? If you're just like into thick, curvy girls, that's one thing. This is different though, right? Yes, they are stars hanging from her glasses, like the old lady chains. They make me irrationally angry in a way that I can't quite define. That is absolutely not her fault. It's a me thing. Yeah. Oh, isn't that's true curious. We'll never know because she'll never lose the weight. Nutty. See, are you being fat phobic? I just think that this is a different, basket of eggs, so to speak. I don't know. I call me crazy, my nuggets. What I want for my husband and my relationship is longevity. And usually a certain level of health is required to have that longevity. That's what I keep getting stuck on. But who's to say it's a love thing just because they're using the word? Maybe it's the wrong L word.
Good news is I've got a fuck ton of content filmed. So much that it's going to take me a little time to figure out what I'm going to do with all of it. And to see how much of it is actually usable versus like private footage of like, just like as if it's like, moments between us that doesn't need to go on the internet, things like that, Nothing scandalous or crazy, but just like how I'm going to edit it, seeing what Remy's comfortable with. There's like a lot I got to figure out. I'm dedicating my entire.
Oh, good point, Furball. She doesn't want longevity. She wants excitement like a teenager. Yeah, because that's what feels good in the moment. It's the immediate gratification. You're right. You're totally right. Hey, we had a good run that time. We did. My husband and I have been together 21 years. Oh, you're beating me by 3 years. I also want him to live as long as possible, so I make him use his CPAP and take his meds. Sometimes that's love, Angelica. Sorry, some of you are so funny. You also bullied your husband into getting a CPAP. Literally acted out what he sounds like when he's asleep. Scared the poo out of him. My husband doesn't need one, but the snoring, I have a sensory deprivation mask that I sleep in.
Entire weekend to that. So members, I am committing myself to doing Friday 6 p.m. members only lives every week. So that is going to be something that from here on out I will announce. If there's reasons why I'm unable to do that, I will of course reschedule. This coming week I am scheduling an additional members only live.
I'm interested to know if she sticks with it. So she's already done one Friday, and I suppose is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday. So it'll be interesting to see if she sticks with her commitment to her members. She has some work to do to earn their trust back.
For Tuesday? Yes, Tuesday. I did say Tuesday. I'm pretty sure I wrote that down. Tuesday, 6 p.m. That will be for you guys as well. I don't know what we'll be doing. We'll do something. Honestly, probably there's a high chance I'll be cleaning my living room because my mom's gonna need.
This is her only job. She does not have to do anything else in her life. Do we not think that maybe a little bit of preparation for a stream might be appropriate, especially if you're only doing one a week? Okay, that one was bad. That was not very long. That's not good. Have you guys ever tried those hollowed out eye masks? They're so comfortable. Yeah, mine has that. It has like the padding around the eyes. I can actually sleep on my stomach in that sleep mask. It's great. It's really good. Stop clucking, breathing in the wrong direction. Maybe my boys' crows are fueling the internet and they need to keep crowing. Little Ziggy's going off.
The living room to not look like the way it does. So I am going to go ahead and commit to once a week members only live streams. That is going to be
Did I sound angry? Vera angrily answering my stream. I'm like, I am so pissed off about this internet, but damn it, I'm going to read this. I'm sorry. My anger was not pointed in your direction, Janton. I adore you.
I think the main perk of members only. Some of my pre-recorded content, I may do like the early access uploads, but some uploads I might just go straight public because I am actively combating a very, very vast, large, loud hate community.
A very vast, loud hate community. Is it though? Is it though? Look, without a doubt, she's attracted some odd people, some slightly creepy people, if we say. But in all honesty, I don't know if you're a creator on the internet and not attracting that at some point in some way. She's still feeding the trolls. She's still talking about these people and she's still giving them the attention that they're looking for, which means they're going to keep doing it, which kind of makes me wonder if she wants them to keep doing it because she loves the drama. So what the fuck is... What? Oh, you made me say the real word. What the cluck is the point of doing members-only content? A very vast, loud hate community. She chased after. You might... Hey, now I might be loud, but don't call me large, ma'am. Don't call me late for dinner. Oh, that was like 3 of the boys all at once. My goodness, can you hear that?
And that shit gets leaked the second it's members only. There's probably someone sniping me right now. You know, it is what it is. This is...
And there was Nikki T. By the way, oh, can we link Nikki T? She does a lot of sniping in real time with Rosie. She's a fellow Aussie creator. Really, really good. I've only caught a little bit, but yeah, I like her work.
It was pre-planned. I'm probably on someone's channel right now. That's the reality of my situation. Okay, I'm sorry.
So Rosie has a habit of not reading out the negative comments on the stream, and somebody called Crab Life. Look, what I've done is I've censored anything that she hasn't said. So in this case, she references them as Crab Life. So I've removed the rest of it. They put a comment saying, I'm glad I was gifted a membership. I can only afford 1 membership a month, and I would feel ripped off if I sent that to you. Yeah, because right before this trip, she's saying to everyone, hey, if you're not a member, you want to be a member now because there's going to be lots of content. And that's what this person is saying. I think this is very valid. I think this is pointing to what we were discussing briefly in the previous stream, where it's like Rosie and many of the other girls in Girl World don't understand the value of $1. They don't appreciate what it means when people hand over their hard-earned money that is sometimes very difficult to come by in this world. And in Rosie's mind, it's not a big deal that she promised them things and then didn't live up to it. But what Crab Life is saying here is, I think, very valid in this world. And it's fair to say I have a budget of 1 a month of somebody a creator that I really like and I want to contribute to, but you want to make sure that that's going to mean something. Oh, why are we doing Juicy Peaches for the mods? I totally agree. I agree with this, but why? What are they doing? They're so amazing. They really are. I have a wonderful group. I have 5 now. And they do so much work on the Discord as well. It's incredible. Oh, Kex. Thank you. I get your 1 membership a month. That means so much to me. It really does. Thank you. But yeah, it should be appreciated. If creators are not appreciating the money that you're sending to them, then maybe that's not the creator to be sending it to. We should be grateful. Even just the view you should be grateful for, because the views that you do, and why I say the replay nuggets are so important as well, because those views matter as well as the direct financial stuff. You know, it all matters. Oh, really? Oh, I am. I'm the only person that you support on Patreon. Wow. And you're supporting. Oh, no, you got gifted this one. I'm glad. I'm glad. Yeah, cheers to the mods. Yeah, they're fantastic. I knew that one day I would need mods, and I was hoping that I might get some, because I ideally like people to volunteer for it, because there is a little bit of a role associated with it. But I had no idea that I would be so lucky with the community that's been built. Oh no, for poor. Don't stretch yourself. Your view, your comment, your interaction in this live stream is more than enough. And I personally would hate it if anybody's budget was being impacted by a membership that was being given to me. You know, I'm living in this world too. I am a very frugal mother clucker. You know, just if you are joining memberships, it is in trust that you can, and that's most important to me.
Sorry, Crab Life. I can't control the people who are stalking me.
No, but you still could have uploaded vlogs. You didn't want to. Be honest about that. The fact that you're blaming it on these people who were quote-unquote stalking you, and I don't even know if it was really stalking. I've really been stalked. This wouldn't necessarily, I don't want to diminish anybody's experience with stalking, because it is horrible. I personally wouldn't call a couple of photos on one night stalking. Just my take. But no, that's not why there was no members only content. The reason there was no members only content was because you didn't want to. I understand that that's why there were no members only lives. Yes, but not content.
I'm sorry. I really am. I don't know what else to say. You can't pause memberships. You can only terminate them. And that would affect everyone, including people that didn't want their membership terminated. So I did what I could.
So this next... sorry, I didn't count on my little... I'll keep that in mind for next time. My little play bar is covering it. So Crab Life then said, would you offer refunds? I actually don't know if you can refund. I'm pretty sure you can't pause. But yeah, I'm not actually sure about this, but she's going to say that she can't do that, and that would ruin it for everybody if she just cancelled memberships.
So I'm not offering refunds because I didn't do anything.
Excuse me, internet. I was mid-rant. That was so rude. That was so rude. Okay. Sales 101. For anyone who hasn't been in sales, this is like a core topic of sales. It's one of the first things you learn, and it's what all of these women seem to have trouble grasping, and that is to under-promise and over-deliver. So what Rosie's done is over-promise and under-deliver. And I like to run a business like that. And essentially what they're doing as creators is running a business, and they are in sales because they're selling themselves. They're selling their own entertainment. But this constant over-promising, under-delivering thing is only going to burn out people in the long run and erode any trust foundation between her and her community. Oh, really, Veronica? That's so sweet. You always watch my content several times because you want me to have the views. You tend to fall asleep to the ones you've watched a lot of times. You find them like a comfort blanket. I love that. Thank you so much. I also notice a lot of you, sometimes when I release a video, you'll like apologize for leaving multiple comments. And I'm like, never apologize for that. I really love it. I love it being able to like keep up with you as you watch the video. It's very fun.
So it's something you're not able to do. It's not built within the function. I looked into it. I Googled it when someone brought that up to me, and it's not an option. And so YouTube takes a percentage, and I'm not offering refunds because I didn't do anything wrong.
But you did. And to continue to sit there and just stonewall that is absolutely absurd. And I don't know how she still manages to have members after this. This is how valued her members are. Just to completely renege on a promised deal and then not apologize for it. Because I have no doubt if she had have been open and just said, you know what, I really did have genuine plans to provide a lot of content on this trip, but when I got there, I realized that the spark between us was so much more than I expected, and I really just want to focus all of my time on this burgeoning relationship. I want to make sure that we're both here in the moment, and if it's okay with you, I want to delay this content and get it out to you when I get back home. Because I really feel like that will make for the best quality. I feel like if she had have been upfront about that, a lot more people would have been accepting about that. You love how the attitude about falling asleep during videos has gone from it must be boring to it must be comforting. You love falling asleep to your faves. I know, I see that with some creators, and they're like, I'm not really sure how to take that. I do find it to be a compliment, especially since when I first started my channel, my voice was actually my biggest anxiety about starting a channel. And then to hear that people like falling asleep to it, well, that can't be too bad, can it? Yes. Hello, Long White Cloud. Eroding trust is absolutely the problem here, and the girls just don't have the ability to follow through and rebuild trust. They all have personality disorders and can't see they are ever wrong. Yeah, and the personality disorder should not necessarily be a blockade either. It does make things a little bit more tricky, and you need to have more focus on practicing the skills, but they can absolutely still learn how to function correctly. I've done it. You just need to grow up and acknowledge that things aren't serving you, and then take steps to try and correct the thought processes that happen.
If you are upset enough that someone following us in real life doxing our location isn't enough of an excuse to not go live for 2 weeks, even though I'm explaining all of the content I'm doing moving forward.
Yeah, but it's not just the lives. It's also that there was no content at all. There was just nothing except chastising everybody for getting on her about not providing content.
As well as the scheduled live streams moving forward. If that's not enough, then I completely understand if you no longer support through memberships. That is your decision. I'm doing the best that I can with the information that I had at the time and what I have now. And I am sorry.
Can I be petty? Is it okay if I just for a moment, not be the most level-headed person in the room and just be a little bit petty just for one moment? What's the bet the internet will fall? I really don't like watching the straw go to her mouth. There's something about that I just do not, I don't know, it gives me the ick. There's something, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. pettiness is warranted. I don't like to make people feel bad about themselves, and part of what I like to do with my channel is that people leave interacting with me feeling better about themselves than they came in. And sometimes, observing physical things can actually reflect on those who are watching where it's not intended to go. But I don't know. That's just me. I don't like it. Something about watching things go into her mouth specifically upsets me. And now my mind is horrible and it just went to something else. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, it gives you the ick because it feeds into the toddler image. Maybe that's, yeah. Rosie doesn't look amused by my comments. No. Hey, I just noticed she doesn't look at her camera either. Oh, she's probably reading the chat. Watch out for the no. You know that there's no R. For my North American nuggets who are watching, there's no R in no. It's just throwing it to the back of the throat. Yes. Why is that? Why? I find it very upsetting. There's just something about it. But in all honesty, the reality of it is that any comments that I make physically about this is probably with a heavy filter over it of who she is, how she's being, like the smugness at the moment, and all of that is adding to the ugliness for me. So it couldn't possibly apply to anybody else. I'm just going to put this out here. I suspect that Rosie may actually suck her thumb or her digit in some way. I'm pretty sure there's something about the structure of her mouth. I don't think it's a past thing. I think it might be a current thing. Just a feeling, not verified, speculation completely. You think it's her smug face. Yeah, I agree. Joke. Yep. This is gang stalking. Stop. Yeah, because there's an overbite that happens as a result of sucking your thumb or finger for too long. And it can, like, if you do it for too long into like teenagehood or adulthood, it can restructure your mouth. But then there's also a way that the mouth looks when it's still active. I can't quite define it with words. It's just a feeling that I have. And it's ultimately why you don't want to let your kids, suck on a pacifier or suck on their thumb for too long. You want to wean them off it because it can actually create permanent structural changes. But yeah. Ooey gooey, I love your name. Pacifier mouth. Is it a thing? Am I describing something that exists? Yeah, that happened to your older sibling. It shifted her teeth. Yeah, it really does. It does. And it's not like a societal shame thing. It's an actual, this can cause functional issues in the mouth that require heavy corrective procedures to fix it. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. It would be interesting to look at older pictures of her, like when she was younger, and check out if the overbite is worse now. Yeah, that's a good point. Yes, valid. You have an overbite, but no sucky sucky. It's not always a thing, but it's a specific way that the teeth get moved when it's to do with an overbite. Generally speaking, can be a completely different thing. Yeah, exactly. Jaw surgery can be required. Sometimes it can be done with like braces and things like that, but sometimes you actually need some really significant correction.
But that's... I know. I'm a human being. I don't know what to tell you.
But you're not acting like a human being. You're acting like you're completely deflecting blame where there is effectively no blame to be had. If you were acting like a human, you would humanize it and say, I'm sorry, I thought this trip was going to be something different, and it turns out now that I'm here, it feels different, and I will make this up to you, but I just want to be in the moment. Like, how hard is that? You don't think you ever sucked your thumb? I didn't suck my thumb. I sucked my finger, and I still have a weird, like, flexibility. I'm sitting here doing it like you can see it. Oh my gosh. I have a weird flexibility thing on my left index finger because I, did it for so long. Oh no, I've missed conversation. Sorry, I was just trying to catch up. Yeah, the protruding lower lip, that's the reason it's triggering as an adult. Yeah. And look, my point bringing this up, because I don't know, look, if there are adults here that suck one of their digits, that sounds so sus. Grow up. Stop. Dirty minds, grow up. But if there's somebody here that sucks a finger or a thumb, it's not about shaming. It's really not. Why I bring it up for Rosie is because I think that, if I'm right, goes right along with that immediate gratification thing and lack. The internet's like, nope. We don't want this conversation. Oh, what? Talking about I'm hoping you're talking about a tooth. Taking the members into consideration while she was with the boyfriend is too much to ask. She lives in the moment. Yeah, she does. Yeah. And that immediate gratification thing can be so dangerous when you get caught in a loop with it. And if you're interested to know more and you haven't seen my How Not to Be Amber Lynn series, it's less about Amber and more about that particular cycle. And yeah, I go fully into the whole dopamine shebang.
I feel like if you can't afford a membership or don't want to support someone, then don't. I don't feel slighted at all if that means anything. Thank you, Brittany. I appreciate that.
I had myself muted. So someone said, and again, I think this is really valid, but Rosie doesn't read it out because she doesn't want to hear it. It's fine for you not to feel slighted, but it's fine for those of us who are upset to be upset. Yeah, but Rosie spends this entire thing completely invalidating the feelings of those who do feel upset. And by the way, this is one perspective that she's taking. The other perspective is that these people are genuinely upset that she sees the quote-unquote hate, and that's all, because that's what she wants to see. Come back, Vera, come back. And yet most of her members will keep on paying her money. Yeah. The amount of money that these women earn is completely perplexing to me. Nobody move. Yes, Shannon, thank you. Vera is being silenced. I actually don't think it's my internet, just because it's not dropping anywhere else for me. I'm convinced it's got to be one of the platforms, either the platform that I'm multi-streaming on or OBS itself. And the only symptom or the only message that I'm getting is that OBS has dropped. So that might be a place for me to start looking. Is the antenna in the right place? Do we need foil? Okay, I know we have a lot of Gen X and millennials in here, but do you all remember the bunny ears on the TV? And like, you have to stand just right and that would work. But if you moved a millimeter, it's all over.
like I said, in this live, I want you guys to voice your opinions. I understand. Like, it sucks. It
No,
sucks
you
for me
don't.
too. That was not how I wanted things to go. But I did what I could with what I knew at the time. And you know, these people, the ones that do this shit when I'm live.
See, she refuses to acknowledge the vlogs that could be done. She is only talking about the lives and nothing else. There could have been so much more. Yes, 1 foot in the air, standing on the TV, holding your breath. I was the only child in the house, so it was my job. Super fun.
You know, had they found the correct location, which thankfully they didn't. You guys saw what happened on my brother's birthday.
She needs to stop confirming things. Every time she confirms whether it is or isn't, it's just giving everybody confirmation. And I had this issue with Amber as well around the whole rarity thing. Like when people first started finding those rarity missing, like the missing posters, my initial thought was that, oh, it's trolls. It's trolls. But then Amber gets on immediately and says, yeah, you know, she's been dealing with it, and it confirms everything. If you don't say anything, it is like Schrodinger's statement or Schrodinger's scenario. You know, it can both be true and not true at the same time, but you confirm it, and all of a sudden now it's got her behind it, even if it's an objection to it or a not confirming it like she just did, you know?
Birthday 2 years ago, what happened this year, I wasn't going to risk that happening while I was there. And the only way to guarantee that was to not go live.
So then somebody else mentioned in the live, I don't think any of this shit happened. She made all of this up so she wouldn't have to film, period. Point blank, peer. This is usual behavior for Rosie. Notice how she asked for new members right before her trip. I don't disagree with this person. Anybody else find this plausible? Oh no, really? Snowflake is a pro at this and doesn't acknowledge anything. Well, here's my take on it though. Say there was a rumor around about me, right? Like, for example, that I'm human. I can't directly prove or disprove that. You only have my word. So if something cannot be definitively proven or disproven, then, like, what's the point in addressing it? Just leave it. To be honest, you don't think that she's that imaginative to make all of this up? You think she's exaggerated it? Yes, perhaps less scheming, less scheming, more opportunistic, perhaps? Schrodinger's chucking. No, Bunny. You're not listening to me. Did I not say I'm not a human? That's a dirty, salacious rumor.
Alright, sure, I made it up. Yep, sure, cool. Whatever, you think that. Cool. I feel like that I would rather you take time for yourself, and I would have done the same. Even without the crazy stalking and drama, you deserve time to yourself, girl. Thank you.
And she does. It would have been fine if she were upfront about that, but she hasn't been upfront about that. My favorite, don't tell anyone. You might knock out the stream again. These chicken feeding videos are clearly AI. Yeah, and the rooster calls that you hear, the crows, it's all just a backing track. Yes, notice how she reacts to that comment and not any of the I'm a supporter who's disappointed. Yeah, she literally reads out all the positive ones, which is why I haven't put them on the screen, and then just silently reads the negative ones. And why not, you know, grow up a bit and say, okay, clearly I have disappointed my audience and that affects me a lot. I don't want that to be the feeling. So can you tell me from this point things that I can control to make this better for you and to make you feel like that you've got the correct, amount of content or whatever. Tell me what you want from me that I can control from this point moving forward. That would be another way to disarm this. Take accountability and say, yeah, I clucked up, I did, and I acknowledge that was bad, but tell me what you want from me now. Vera is a chicken on a green screen, confirmed. Actually, do you know what's funny? I don't think you'll be able to see me for a bit, but this is my recording when I do videos. Look at this. Oh, you can see me, you can. I am a chicken on a green screen. And then I put that into my videos and color grade out the green.
I could go back knowing what I know now. I would have just said I was taking a 2-week break. Okay, goodbye. Thank you for being here. If you are really upset about that,
I get fixated on these tiny details, and right here, she has a little something, and I can't stop looking at it. It's not visible at this present moment, but when she turns back, I can't stop looking at it. Then the Vera crochet amigurumi is a voodoo doll. Oh. Can we do a voodoo doll with a positive connotation? Like it will also bring you the comfort that you find in these? It is 4 paws. So the animation that I've got going, this is actually something, there's a tutorial even on YouTube of how to set this up. And the green screen is just a green image background. It's not high tech. The editing software that I use then has the ability to color grade out the green screen, and that's pretty much all it is. Cuddle voodoo doll. Aww.
not going to, how do I want to word this? I'm not going to apologize and take ownership that other people's cruelty impacted my life so severely. Oh yeah, we're great. Me and Emmy are amazing. Like, we got through it. That was the other thing is, like, we had to, like, take additional time to, like, process shit in real time and just, like, get through it together.
Yeah, I wonder if this was actually quite jarring for Remley. I imagine that unless he's been a public figure, he probably hasn't encountered this before. And that's exactly why the onus was on her to protect him from this. Yeah, you find it hard to watch Rosie, especially when she eats, because you feel like you're an unwilling participant in watching an adult fun time thing. Yeah, actually, that's well said. You feel like she really loves to hear herself talk, like thinking in her head, oh yeah, girl, that sounds so good and smart. Her relationship is getting pretty serious, you guys.
Because, like, it was really scary, dude. You know, my even-keeled nature right now is not reflective of whether or not I do or don't care. I'm simply not willing to get on here and,
Also, I'll just note she's wearing a ring on both of her ring fingers, which I have no doubt is to bait people into asking if they're engaged. It's all just a setup. It's ridiculous.
give the reaction that some of these want.
You are giving them the attention they want, like directly giving them the attention they want. They want to see you ruffled. You are clearly ruffled. This is the attention they want. Be boring. It's the only way to make them go away.
How are you going to make the Friday membership lives moving forward? What do you mean, Crab Life?
Okay, so this was not directly in order like this. There were other messages that weren't applicable, you know, talking about her nails and rubbish like that. But this is Misty, who was actually giving her some grief pretty much all the way through and wound up getting timed out as well in this stream. And Misty said, the problem is we go by your history and your history says you don't deliver. Valid. Check your members' history and tell me that's delivering. Last members live was what, 5 months ago? And 2 members exclusives. So this is a valid complaint from a paying member. And how does she choose to deal with this?
What do you mean? Because I'm committing to doing members only lives Fridays at 6. Okay, Misty. I apologize. I guess we just aren't vibing. I hope you have a good one. Thank you.
Extremely dismissive. My nuggets, if I ever treat you like this, you have my full permission to put me in my place, because this is an appalling way to treat somebody who's handed over their hard-earned money to support your absolute bullshit gluttonous lifestyle and enables your condition to progress, not even just to plateau, but progress. It's appalling. She misuses words constantly. Yes, well, you know, another overlap to Amber Lynn. Get hobbies, learn a language, do something. Good advice. Vera, how dare you be so caring about your community? If I could fully, like, surmise exactly what you all do for me and how much you're facilitating in my life, you have no idea what it means. You really don't. And I will always be eternally grateful. And it's frustrating to me because the words, thank you so much, I appreciate you, for me, do not correctly convey the appreciation that I really have. It's, you know. Oh, thank you. I love all of you too. Oh, that was too quick. That was too close together. I hear this a lot, Benita, that I've cultivated a safe space in a community. I actually really don't want to take all the credit for it because I feel that there are equal parts from everybody who have contributed, can't talk, to this community. And yeah, I appreciate the sentiment, but it is absolutely not just me. You guys, we got all mushy, I told you.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm not going to apologize for things that I didn't do. I did the best that I could with what I knew at the time, and I'm
such a cop-out. And it's frustrating because that statement is a valid statement to make, but not in this situation. It's such a cop-out.
Not going to say.
Ooh. Roz is all 7 deadly sins at once. Pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, and sloth. Ooh. Clocked it. Fully clocked it. Amanda, thank you so much for being 3 months. Ah, that's awesome. Thank you. So much love for the chicken mama and all you chicky nuggies. Oh, chicky nuggies is a cute name. Thank you.
Here and entertain the fact that I made any of this up. I would never plant these ideas in people's heads to fuck with me in the way that I was fucked with. I would never do that.
Oh, that's really sweet, pain in the axe. Please, it comes from a good place. Everyone has gravitated towards it. Everyone is lovely and amazing, but no one would be here if it wasn't for Mama Chook. Let's put it this way. A solar system is not a solar system without all of the other planets in its orbit. Otherwise, it's just a giant burning star with nobody looking at it in the sky. It takes all of us.
Yeah. I would never drag my brother into this kind of job. I would never do that. I would never. If it were up to me, I would have gone live while I was in Texas because it would have been fun. If it had been up to me, that's what would have happened. But other people's actions didn't allow for that. So, I mean, guys, I have over-delivered content for months at a time. Gone live like every single day. Busted my ass. Been live 3 to 5 hours at a time. If you can't find
Oh, okay. So 3 to 5 hour live streams are busting one's ass. Madam. This is so unbelievably tone deaf for anybody who has worked a normie job. So I did a 4-hour live stream last week. Usually I do 3-hour live streams. This is by far the easiest, most gratifying, most rewarding job I've ever done. Ever. And I have done it really sick. I've done it with a migraine. I've done it when I didn't particularly feel super great because I know that coming in here, you all always make me laugh, so I wind up in a better mood regardless. But, you know, this is easy. This is, you know, some of the tech stuff, getting that working requires a bit more, but clearly based on Rosie's stream, you don't need that. But like, come on. Working, I used to do 12-hour shifts selling gym memberships where for some reason you weren't allowed to sit down ever. Because, I don't know, that sent the wrong message in a gym. Amanda, thank you so much. Again, I appreciate you. Remember who this is coming from. She was fired from a work-at-home job because of tardiness. She's never worked a day in her life ever. Oh, I actually have something to say about that. So, when I say that I used to work in people management, I managed a team of people, and it was work-at-home people. So I wasn't work-at-home, but the staff were. And the actual thing was a trial run for the company to see if that would improve absenteeism. And the funny thing is that work-at-home entity had the worst absenteeism out of the entire company. So that doesn't at all surprise me that she was absent during a work-at-home job. That tracks with what I've seen. You'd like to see Rosie do split shifts 6 days a week in hospitality. Yeah. And I think it's it's a humbling thing to work in service. It's a humbling thing to work in sales as well. And yeah, I think everybody needs to do it. You don't want to see Rosie do any splits. LV, you're a literal thinker. I appreciate that.
understanding in your heart for a 2-week period, I really don't know what.
You know what? At this point, I'm just indignant, and I'm like, you're not going to clucking ruin my stream. You've already taken one from me this week. It's not going to happen again. What I was going to say is the people sitting over on Twitch, I really appreciate you sitting there. A lot of you are actually on both YouTube and Twitch, and I can see that. I appreciate you all. Thank you.
I was still dealing with my chronic pain. I was still dealing with all my bullshit. I was still juggling all of that while
Okay. Hands up. Actually, can we get chickens in the chat? For those of you who are... Oh, God damn it. It's so annoying. I'm so sorry, my nuggets. Yeah, but who has all these things? Oh, could we do a poll? What do you want in the poll, Kex? I'll make a poll for you. Yeah. Vera said put chickens in the chat, and YouTube was like, no.
This was happening, so it's okay, Bianna.
This
Hello.
is life.
Actually, Bessie.
So, what was just there was, hang on.
All of this was happening, so.
Someone called Bestie said excuses again, and apparently this person has been on Twitter pissing Rosie off.
It's okay, Bianna. Hello. Actually, Bestie, actually, yeah, I blocked you on Twitter. You can, actually, I'd love it if you left my memberships. Thank you. All right.
Thank you for the money. Like, oh, horrible.
I saw what you said on Twitter, so. I think some of the people's frustration is valid, and I think some of it are concern trolls, and I don't know which is which, so I'm just treating it on.
Did you not hear my entire rant? Did you miss all of it? No, did you really miss it? Oh no. Okay. So Rosie said that she was dealing with her pain and all of her bullshit, you know, things like that. And so I was saying, put chickens in the chat for those of you who are, you know, dealing with, maybe you're looking after children, maybe you're working, maybe you're doing all the housework, maybe you're just trying to, you know, deal with your own shit. And on top of all of that, who here is dealing with a chronic illness? On top of that, who's dealing with pain? Who's dealing with infections? You don't need to say specifically what, but like, who has those things? That's just life. That is living. And certain conditions can absolutely make it more uncomfortable, but we all do shit anyway. Maybe you're caring for somebody. Maybe you're, you know, having to put other people ahead of yourself. There's so many scenarios. And Rosie's like, oh, but I can't live stream because people are stalking me online and I'm still dealing with my chronic pain on top of all of that. Well, you know, so we all are. Oh, I'm gonna need that to chill out a little bit. I'm so sorry. I really want to get through this stream. Is it too disruptive? Are we okay? Like if I'm just pausing? And I get that not everybody has a chronic condition, but a lot of us do have something. And a lot of us like might be dealing with really serious ones as well, but we don't let it stop us. We still do our life. We still do our jobs. We still do our responsibilities. And yeah. Yeah, you're good. Okay, all right. I will keep persisting.
The same even keel, because I'm not playing these games with these people anymore. I'm not doing it. They're going to keep trying to drag me back to hell, and I'm not going. I'm done. This is a new era of my life, and that is it. So, I'm not playing.
Rosie has the nerve to complain about her illnesses when she seems to manage things like her diabetes based on vibes only. And that's the thing, isn't it? When you have a chronic situation, it's your responsibility to have it managed the best you can. And with certain conditions, sometimes that's just getting through the day in pain or with some discomfort and things like that. But for other things, like diabetes type 2, that can be completely reversible with appropriate diet and exercise and lifestyle changes, it's your responsibility to do those things to make sure that you are functional within your life for those around you as well as yourself. Whoa, you had 3 brain surgeries the last 2 years. You still show up for work and care for your son and life and friends, and life goes on. Lazy biatch. Wow. Exactly. exactly. You don't have a choice. And that's kind of, I think, the state for a lot of us. Not many people get to just focus solely on themselves and not have any other responsibilities. And it speaks more to the kind of lifestyle that those of us in the West, in these sorts of privileged countries have, where this state of her being can even be sustained. Like, you put her into, I don't know, many parts of Asia, many parts of Africa, many parts of South America, and all of a sudden this becomes a dangerous liability for people living in, like, you think about the people that live in Nepal who have to regularly trek up and down the mountains. What do you do if you have somebody like this that you have to look after and sustain because they can't look after and sustain themselves? It does speak to a certain comfort level that she is able to enjoy
in these games. I see both sides, but I think people are being nitpicky and not viewing you as a human with real feelings and things happening. Thank you, Kate. And I can too. That's why I'm not mad that people are upset, It's just
I'm not mad proceeds to look furious.
I did what I could. And I'm not gonna apologize for that.
Yeah, that's well put, King. That part, just to even be a girl, is a very specific cultural allowance / privilege. It is. These women, in all honesty, wouldn't be able to fit into my chicken coops, like through the door. They wouldn't be able to. It's even that extreme. I think about that sometimes. Yes, good point. To even afford that much food is a big, you're calling me big, privilege. I absolutely couldn't afford to sustain the lifestyle that they do. Like all of that takeout. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a tiny girly. I'm not. I would be what I consider chubby, but I can still do everything. I'm still strong. I still have a level of fitness. I can do everything in my life that needs to be done. Yeah, just like kids that grow up on the farm, they learn the family business, they help out. Even if they don't do it long term, they learn responsibility. Yeah.
I'm going to apologize for how it impacted them. I'm going to apologize that I couldn't come up with a better solution. Like, it is what it is. And I filmed anyway, I could have.
Can't stop looking at it. You can see it too. I can't stop. It's like sitting right. I can't. It's all I see. Yeah, that's a good point. Apologizing when you hurt someone, even when you didn't do anything wrong, is an important life skill most of us learn before adulthood. Also, being able to acknowledge, I think there's great power in being able to acknowledge when you have been wrong. Like, to give yourself that space to grow, to give yourself the experience of actually taking accountability. I think that's a valuable lesson that should be learned before adulthood. No, it's not. No, it's like, it looks like maybe a bit of dry skin or something, but it's sitting like right. Yeah, you'll see it. I can't stop looking at it. Can't stop us, Twitch. You'll keep refreshing. Thank you, Benita. I noticed that I keep losing Twitch people. That explains it. I lose YouTube viewers every time it happens too, which sucks, but that's all right. We will keep persisting. Hopefully it'll look okay in the replay.
Chose to not vlog at all, but I just need more time.
She just said I could have chosen not to vlog at all. She did choose not to vlog at all.
So, I don't feel like I'm being condescending. I'm sorry if you're taking it that way, because that's...
I can't help being condescending. I'm sorry if you're taking it that way. She is being condescending.
It's not...
God damn it. Misty had already been timed out by this point, so I wasn't able to grab what she said, but she royally ticked Roz off.
At this point in the conversation, I am gonna start timing people out if they're being combative. I'm not gonna deal with that. I appreciate.
And combative, to translate, is really just people expressing how they feel disappointed. That's being combative. So if you disagree with her stance in any way, you're being combative? Like, no, you don't know the meaning of the word.
Understand that you're frustrated and that you feel a certain way about that. But I'm not going to, I don't want to derail this entire conversation because I would like to give members that want updates about like the trip and stuff and, you know, about me and everything. I'd like to give a little bit of time to talk about that before I hop off. But if you're upset, please feel free. If you
not even looking at them, not even making eye contact while doing this entirely entitled rant. Tell me you know nothing about the real world without telling me you know nothing about the real world. Can she have children? I don't know, to be honest. What I do know is that when you push your body to either extreme, the entire endocrine system, all hormones and everything really go out of whack. And when the body decides that it doesn't have enough resources to run all of the important entities, it does choose to shut down the least important ones, which is usually the reproductive system. So it's possible that she can't, but you know, genetic miracles happen all the time. Yes, picking at her fingernails is just blatantly disrespecting her audience. Yeah, it's so rude. Yeah, you know, picking fingers and avoiding eye contact is an avoidance thing, but holy poop, it makes her look like she doesn't give a damn. It really does. The optics are horrible.
Feel like I'm not handling this appropriately, if you're upset with me, whatever the case may be, please feel free to remove yourself as a member. If you were in danger, why go out in the convertible in the middle of the day? Because I'm not going to let these people control me with fear.
But you are going to let them control your life with fear. So the real answer to that question is because I didn't feel in danger. That's why I did it. She's irate. Yes. So succinct. So perfect. Stop it. No. What are you doing? I don't know. There's a whole sub-conversation going on there. Yeah, she'll let them control things only if it benefits. Yeah, that's right.
That's why I had every right to do that. Why on earth would you question that, to be honest? That's my first thought. Just advertise your membership as a means to support you so these trolls aren't keeping track of every millisecond you spend on membership content and screen.
And that's a really good point that person just said. Like, why is she, if she knows that she struggles committing to promises that she's made, because this is clearly, I haven't been watching her for that long and I've seen 3 instances of it. So I assume it's a fairly lengthy ongoing issue with Rosie and not a new behavior that she's developed. Why not just say, look, if you want to support me, you can, you know, have the custom emojis and things like that and just leave it at that. Don't promise them anything else. And if they get other things, then it's a bonus, but it's not committing yourself to things. I don't know. But I don't know, maybe it makes her feel good to promise things. It probably makes her feel good to plan, which I also covered in the first episode of my How Not to Be Amber Lynn. It's because the planning tricks you into thinking something that tricks your brain into thinking that you've actually done something when all you've actually done is kind of laid out a timetable, but you haven't actually done it. ALR had Shrimp Gate, QLR has, what is this? Membership Gate? Streamgate? Yeah, exactly, King. And this is what it all boils down to. She didn't want to go live, point blank Pia. That's it. So say that.
Streaming at any time you need to reschedule. I love your new name. Okay, so members or mods, listen up. If people are being combative, time them out for 24 hours. We're done with this energy. We're moving on to the fun
Being combative, aka disagreeing with me.
stuff. I addressed Mel's concern.
She just said, I'm sick of these people, also known as the people who are giving you their hard-earned money, the people who are financially supporting you, the people who are enabling your current lifestyle. I'm sick of these people. You admit you feel this way sometimes, especially at the beginning of the month. You planned out the whole month of content, but then you said what you were going to post and you held accountable. True. I mean, it can work that way. I personally prefer not to. I try not to make promises because then things can happen, like things that you can't help. And I worry that, you know, life tends to throw curveballs constantly. So I don't want to promise things and rather just do my best to get as much content out as humanly possible.
Because you're not listening. Okay. If you come back after 24 hours and are continuing to be combative, then you can just catch a blog. That's where I'm at right now.
Okay, so then she basically completely flipped her tune and just started talking about nonsense for the rest of the stream. Now, this next stream was a public live that she did based on vibes, just spontaneously. So we have watched the first 4 minutes of this. I'm just going to let it play because I need to very quickly scoot away from my computer, but then we'll come back.
Hello, everyone. Eating chocolate-covered strawberries.
And I will just note, he absolutely did not clucking make that necklace. I'm still pissy.
And locking in. That's a vibe, babe. That sounds amazing, Isabel. Hello, everyone. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna give people a minute to show up. I didn't announce this live. This was a sneak attack live. You know how it goes. I've been home for days. I've been home for a minute. I did do a members only live 2 days ago. No, but I'm glad to be back home because I'll be seeing my mom soon enough. So was always conflicted when I was on the long distance relationship. Yeah, I mean, I know what I want long term, and so does he. So, you know, the trip was amazing overall. Like, I had a lot of outside shit to deal with. If you keep up with my community tab posts, you might know some of it, or if you keep up with other stuff, you might know some of it. Do I want to move there? Potentially. We're a new relationship. That's obviously, that's the end goal, right? If I didn't see that as an end goal.
Sorry, I know that dropped partway. We have seen this. I'm just going to skip ahead because in the last stream we got to 422. And she basically talks about, she still continues to say, it wasn't my fault. And people are upset with her. And she also talks about how Remy made this necklace for her, even though it was buying a pendant and buying the necklace. And yeah, that's super interesting. So there we go. So yeah, that's what we went through in the last stream. And I got sassed for saying leather thonging for a necklace, and I don't think that's weird at all. No.
Intro clip, like post that. I did try some Texas barbecue. I did vlog it. It's the only time I vlogged myself like eating out anywhere.
So she's just spent this entire time talking about how she felt unsafe, how she didn't want to do live streams, and because people were being weird and quote unquote gang stalking her, whatever the cluck that is. And then she goes, the thing that she chooses to vlog is a thing that is so easily identifiable and puts her exactly in, even for people who aren't geared towards, searching for people, a restaurant is so easy to find. So that's what she chooses. I call complete and utter bullshit on her feeling any level of danger. She loves this. She likes the drama. She's feeding the trolls so that they stay. And that is my opinion. Fight me. Yeah, she says she did so many vlogs, but now she says she only did one. Yeah. 2 live streams, 1 members only video basically telling everyone why they were in trouble and being punished, and 1 vlog. She does. So she thinks she said he made the necklace, and the actual definition of making a necklace is putting a pendant on a chain.
Because I knew people really wanted me to.
Oh, and also, more to the point, everything that she's talking about in relation to Remily is food related, right? And that is also making him look incredibly bad, because let's just say he is a feeder. That's one thing that makes him incredibly dangerous, and she shouldn't be with him, and that is mistreatment of a very high degree. But what if he's not? And we have no proof definitively to say he is. What if he's not a feeder and he is genuinely just attracted to the more extreme form but doesn't want to participate? She's setting him up to look like a feeder. And look at how the community has been treating Emily. And I know that she hasn't exactly helped that herself, but Rosie knows full well what the community will do to a feeder. And she's setting him up to look like that. That is so irresponsible and really playing with his life. This can affect his personal life. And in a sense of even potentially affecting his work. It's not okay. I'm going to take all of that back if he is proven to be a feeder. I'm just putting that out there. I just don't know at the moment, but that's dangerous. Yeah, that's a good point, Amanda. Hasn't she been trying to distance herself from the whole feeder thing? It's so counterintuitive. Yeah, but she's making him look very much like that. He's sending her candies and things. And I do want to be really clear, my nuggets. There is a difference between being a feeder and being an enabler. I think intent matters here. And while both could theoretically lead to the same tragic conclusion, I think it, at the moment, with what we know, it's worth giving a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, because he could just be a very complicated guy going through some self-evolution, and he may not deserve this. It's yet to be seen. Yeah, for pause. If you saw the live that I did going through his Reddit, that was kind of the vibe I took as well. I personally don't think he's a feeder. He's just young and naive, and hasn't done life yet. And I think he's very confused on a sexuality level as well, and he's working that out, and that's absolutely okay. If that's the case, it really sucks that he's decided to do this with one of the girls, because that's devastating. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the situation is. I think I think Rosie is problematic all in and of her own self. You do believe that Rosie manipulated a young guy that doesn't know what he's getting himself into? Possibly. The only argument against that is, I think, 2 things. One is he does seem to have been aware of the community before getting involved with her. So, but that doesn't mean that he understands the full gravity of what it would be like to be outed in a community like this. And also the other thing is, he does seem to be supplying her with food to some degree. But like I say, it's not enough to definitively say he's a feeder. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. QLR is so attached to him being bi. I worry he won't get to grow and change if he's in a stage of self-discovery. Yeah, and that was one of the feelings I got as well. Like, if you come from a very religious family, like he said, hardcore conservative religious family, which constructs a certain image, right? Does it perhaps feel safer to come out to that family and say, I'm bi? Because that still allows for the potential of a hetero-facing, relationship, compared to coming out and saying, I'm gay. That's very definitively one side, whereas bi is having a foot in both worlds, in a sense. And if that's the case, and if he's kind of using Rosie as a safety net to try and figure this out, it's a devastating way to do that. It's going to be really bad in the long run. But look, I don't know. You still think she's planning it all out in a wicked way. So you're in the not opportunistic but malicious camp. Right, as a deeply queer person with a big queer community, that is genuinely so common. Yeah. It's like a soft launch of the sexuality, isn't it? To come out as bi, like if you're not, I mean. He saw her in an interview and contacted her. I don't think he understands the full cost of being a feeder. Having to take literal control of every function of the feedee, and is he really ready at 25? That's a good point. He needs to be given the room to work out what he's trying to work out. I worry that a very public facing center of a drama community figure is going to hinder that a lot. Yeah, exactly. It's a good point. To conservative parents, that might mean opening up to grandkids, biological ones specifically. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. See, I don't like how there is a big social construct of like, I've used the term of like, if you have a glass of water and it's fresh water, then that is like heterosexuality. But if you put even just a tiny little sprinkle of salt being homosexuality, then automatically that is salt water in a lot of people's eyes. But in fact, the amount of salt added matters. And I don't know if that makes sense in anybody else's head. It makes sense in my head. And it's a really poor erasure thing. But he might feel like he needs to do that. I'm not saying that's the way for everyone. I'm just speculating that might be for him. It matters a lot. Yeah, because a tiny sprinkle of salt in salt water makes it slightly salted water. Dumping a kilo of salt in there so that all of the water is displaced is quite another thing. Then you have a cup of salt. I don't know. This is how I visualize things, but yeah. What are you guys? That's a margarita. I'm looking at Twitch. That was bad. You shouldn't do that.
To try Texas barbecue. We'll find out. I haven't watched that footage back yet. We'll see if that makes the cut. But I did try it, so I'm going to hold off on going into depth about those details till the vlogs come out.
I've got a kilo of salt too. She's currently out in Axel's coop. She's quite a handful and extremely violent. I cannot express how violent.
Because like it's going to be it's just so much footage. I'm going to be editing my ass off. There's a members only live happening at 6 p.m. on Tuesday. And then I did announce to members only. Croaker is also my jam, babe. I did announce to members only Friday? Yeah. 6 p.m. on Fridays is my new members only live time. So if you want guaranteed once a week members only streams, feel free to join my memberships. I have it linked in places. You can click on buttons if you want to join. Cool. If not, cool. If you want to wait.
Back to pushing the memberships. She's just burned so many people, but she's back to publicly advertising her memberships. Even though she knows all the reaction channels have seen the members only video.
And see, totally get it. I just wanted to pop in, say hi, chat with you guys for, I'll probably be here about an hour-ish. I can't believe he didn't take an HEB. That's like the most Texan thing.
It was like an hour long, and I got, 23 minutes of usable footage?
Of the new age. Okay, you guys want to know a secret? He told me this. Was Levi happy to see me? Levi is indifferent about everything. I mean, he was just like, he picked me from the airport. He was, we talked. It was late. There was a delay. Fix my strap. Oh, is it like fucked up? Oh, it is. There we go. No, I'm not cooking tonight, Brooke. Honestly, cooking lives are going to be scarce until certain things happen in my life.
I would like to know what those certain things are that she's referencing. Does anybody who is well versed in Rosie law know what she could be talking about there? Because here's the thing. These women all got their monetization back, or well, both got their monetization back. I don't believe that they have actually educated themselves in policies of what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. And the reality is YouTube has given it back because they're going to be basically seen to be giving them another chance, right? Because it's like these people will have put appeals forward saying, yes, we've learned, we understand, we're going to change. They need to stay away from anything lifestyle related, food, weight, anything that kind of promotes this. Anything that could be seen to be aligned with the reporting that goes on, they need to stay away from completely. And that's why I say I think Amber should go to building Legos or doing craft or whatever, because it's so away from any of that topic. But cooking can absolutely be seen to promote this kind of lifestyle because it's the way she cooks. It's the kind of amount that she consumes. It can all be caught up in the algorithm. And YouTube has only just been found at fault for promoting this kind of thing to children and putting minors at risk. So they're going to have to listen to anything that's put it on paper in regards to, complaints about this account. They're not going to mess around with it. It's going to cost them too much money. Yes, I heard that Foodie Beauty said out loud she was going to continue her eating content on Kick. And Kick has just shifted their policies to also align with the rest of the social media platforms. So they're playing with fire. They're playing with their income. I don't know. It's a silly move, is my point, on her behalf. Might be dumb to say, but honestly, them losing that lawsuit sort of feels validating to you. Sorry, my system's messing around. Because social media has clucked with your head and heart so bad. Yeah. I hope it legitimately brings some change. I worry with these things that it brings about superficial change only. But it is an unprecedented lawsuit. So maybe something will happen of it. I think it's overdue by over 10 years. This should have been enforced well over 10 years ago.
Anyway, Instagram gonna come when Mama Quirky comes? Probably not. We both have a lot of responsibilities to deal with and stuff.
Can I just put out there, there's been just little bits and pieces where it kind of feels like Remily is backing off a little bit. And I do wonder if this was like an Emily Amber situation where she got there, they lived together for a couple of weeks, and then he's like, no, this needs to stay online. Because it's a lot, right? There's a lot of responsibility that comes of having somebody like this living in your house. There's requirements you need to do. You need to care for them. And, you know, maybe he realized that in those 2 weeks. I don't know. Time will tell, because if he pushes for another holiday there, that would indicate to me that he did enjoy it. But if there's nothing for a long time, I'm thinking he didn't love it. ALR doing Legos might actually be interesting to watch. I think we've come up with so many ideas on my streams of things that she could do. I think any of them would be viable for her. People will watch her because the appeal to Amber is her ridiculous personality. So that would still come out in those videos, but not put her channel at risk. Yes, you seriously wonder if he's over it, or maybe even always was thinking more of a fling but couldn't back out once she got hot and heavy. Maybe. He did say the L word on that stream, though. The love word, I mean. I know the L word. Sorry, don't mean lesbian. I mean, yeah, he was using the love word. You'd rather watch ALR doing Legos than talking about dolphins.
Hey, Mountain Bike. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. I flew out of LAH airport, Houston, and it was an absolute nightmare. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I heard Houston was a nightmare. Thankfully, all my airports were unaffected. I explained this to members only as well, but I'll tell y'all here. I am planning. I have to wait for certain information to come back. I am in the process of getting the information I need to film. I want to film a comprehensive person of size policy update video, because I'm learning a lot that like I couldn't find online.
Debating the spelling of axolotls, I have no idea. I know. I was just thinking that. I was thinking LAH, la. Axolotl. We all know what you're talking about. It's fine.
Before, and maybe I just didn't look in the right places. I haven't seen a ton of reviews about it, especially from like someone of my size. So I want to make a video about that. That probably won't come out till after the vlogs, but I'm gonna make.
That would be an interesting video if she does it right.
Get and edit it and do all that as I'm doing all this other stuff. I'm gonna be very busy these next few weeks. So Tuesday is gonna be a members only live Friday. I'll probably go public live again a couple times. I don't know. We'll see.
Based on vibes.
It's gonna depend. It's either gonna be like lives or uploads. We'll see. But yeah, my plan the entire time was hit the ground running when I got home, and so I've been resting a lot, but while I've been resting, I've been doing a lot of the like administrative side of the work, you know, like editing and all that. So
administrative part of the work. So long as she's resting. Gosh.
We were just like parked in the convertible with the top down in like a really secluded area, and it was like 40 degrees out, so I had the hoodie on, and we had the heat on in the car, the seat warmers on, and we were just like listening to the at one point for a majority of that time, because we ended up doing this like a few times, that time.
You know, I know that a lot of people talk about the end game with these women and all of that. I can't help but think about the like quality of life presently. I'm sitting there listening to this relatively young woman. Like, let's be honest. Being 34, you're still very much in your prime. And sitting there listening to her breathe and what she's done with her, like what she's done to herself, and this kind of prison that she's essentially put herself in. Yes, I know. I was thinking the same thing, Kremlings. What an utter waste of power to have the roof down and the heat on. Just get rugged up. It'll be fine. Yes, the girls being short of breath also makes you start breathing weirdly. It makes me very self-conscious about my breathing. But what we're seeing here is potentially like a precursor to congestive heart failure, where the heart literally can't pump fast enough or hard enough to adequately circulate the oxygen around her body. And that's causing a shortness of breath sensation. That can actually lead to respiratory failure. That is a problem. And it's all I see when we kind of watch these kinds of things. She is out of breath, literally sitting there just talking to her chat. Yeah, 34 is just adulthood getting started. It really is. Okay, Kex, no problem. Thanks so much for coming in. I appreciate that. Now you're hyper aware of your breathing. I'm sorry, now everybody's breathing weird.
We had like a Sleep Token song like looping in the background really low. Hey Thiago, like looping really low.
What is that? I don't know that, but one song looping for hours? Unless it's like one of those really lengthy, relaxation songs. I don't know what it is. If somebody knows, tell me. But like one song looping over and over and over and over, is that their song?
In the background, like just to like set the mood. We weren't really listening to it. But near the end, we turned the car off as long as we could because it did get cold. It got way hotter after that day. There was like a random cold front while I was there. And that was during that time.
It's metal alternative music. So like just this metal song playing softly in the background. That's hilarious. That's super weird. Your man is furious now? Did I insult his music? Tell him I'm sorry. One song, y'all. She's so quirky. She does influence her hands. It's so annoying. It's because she's really proud of those new nails she's put on. She's feeling pretty. ADHD. You do put one song on and listen to it for days or weeks. Okay, fair. I take my statement back. Curious he loves Sleep Token? Maybe he's a quirky boy.
And we also like rode down with the top down at night for the first time when it was like really cold. So yes, that really happened. Mountain bike. I would never lie about that. Yeah, that really did happen. I would never, one, lie about something that serious, and two, involve my brother in it. I would never do that.
What do we think about that statement? She would never lie about the welfare check. That it's so serious. I don't know Rosie that well. I really don't. I'm fairly new. I just spontaneously kind of jumped into this by accident because both Rachel and Amber were being boring. And Rosie has suddenly become very interesting to me. But everything that I've seen makes me question that statement deeply. She would never, you guys. I don't know if I'm doing the accent right. That means she did. Okay, it's not just me. You love a few bands enough that you have tattoos related to them? You stand on all 10 toes. She called it in. Yeah, so yeah. People had been saying the welfare check never happened. It did, but we think she called it in. Yeah. Yeah, that's my sense. I don't know exactly what the lie is. I just feel that there is a lie, or at least a deception in some capacity.
That did happen. And I tried really hard to not say anything, but the harassment escalated to a point I felt like I had to say something. So don't ever feel like you have to apologize for obsessive abusive stalkers.
That's some heckin' words. Okay, there was some creepy stuff done. There were some lines crossed. There's absolutely ethical boundaries that I would definitely never do. Creeds, thank you so much. 5 more gifted memberships. Jeez, you're all on fire today. Long White Cloud, congratulations. Chelsea Allen, Jennifer Lewis, Eleanor Mason, and Blue Amethyst, congratulations, you all got gifted memberships. Head on over to the Discord if you want. We will be there waiting for you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Creeds. I really appreciate that. But yes, this was my point. Obsessive, abusive stalkers. It was weird, but are we going to this level? There were 2 photos taken, there was some doxing, but that's pretty much it. This is like normal girl world rubbish. Not good, but it does happen. Yeah, more nuggets. Thank you for linking that, LV. Yeah, there is a link in the chat if you need help getting into the Discord. If you still have trouble after that, just send me a friend request. I'm Vera the Chukin on Discord.
Thank you.
Way.
I really appreciate that. More than you know. Some people have been kind of really cruel about it. Some people I wouldn't have expected. So.
Yeah, I mean, it might be an unpopular opinion. I kind of agree, though. Unpopular opinion, maybe, but though weird, they make themselves public figures. Of course, people are gonna take in the wild pics. Yeah, see, the action matters, doesn't it? Were they starting at his house and following them all around the city? That's one thing. Or did they happen to just see a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Conspicuous individual just as they were driving around and snapped a photo? I feel like those are 2 different things. Now, she's saying those photos were an hour apart. We have no proof of that. We don't know that they were an hour apart. It could have been that they were on an intersection and then went into the takeout place. So maybe they weren't being followed at all. These bits of information. But as I was saying, but my anonymity matters to me, so I know that I can still go out in public and not be noticed. So if that's something that matters, then you need to do something that at least alters your appearance and not just have yourself there. They did. Yeah, they did. They made a spectacle of themselves. Yeah, I agree with you, Joke. It makes me mad when people throw words around like abusive stalking when I and many other DV survivors and others have actually experienced it. Yeah. So I've made no secret of the fact that my mother is... It's kind of interesting because the situation with my mother has made it so that other things that have happened during this channel and online and stuff, it looks really tiny. Because my mother absolutely did do in-person and virtual stalking, like full on. to the point of rummaging through our mail and through our bins. Like, she literally had it on its side and she was rummaging through it. She'd turn up and find out where I worked, and there's all manner of things that she did. That is actual stalking. And what Rosie had experienced, although I'm sure a little bit scary and very uncomfortable and not ideal, I don't know that I would put it on the same level. Like, it's hardly a situation where she's in her house knowing that the doors are locked and huddling in a dark room. I've been there. I'm sure that some of you have been there as well. It's not the same thing. Yeah, someone takes a few pics of Rosie and she's like this. If, however, she was coming saying, this car has been parked outside of his house for hours, and it wasn't until we left that we noticed they were following us, and they had taken pictures of us and followed us around for hours as we were driving through the city, and as I look out my window right now, they're still parked outside. That is a different conversation. But the way she's presented it, not ideal, not stalking. Yeah, exactly that. I just don't think it's the same either. I had every single darkest secret, every private moment watched. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, by the way. Oh, that's interesting, Southern Manita. There was a video recently where a creator compared Rosie's verbiage and sayings to ALRs, and it was very similar. That doesn't surprise me, but very interesting. Yeah, it's nowhere near the same thing. She wants to pretend that it is so she can capitalize off it. And what's worse is she's feeding it right now, right? So even if it is fairly idle at the moment, even if it's just a handful of people being way too, involved in what she's doing, by feeding it like this, it may actually escalate it to a very dark, very dangerous place. And that's what she's playing with at the moment. More than likely, these people are not serious and they're not dangerous, and they're just trying to, cause a minor menace in her life, which she's reacting to nicely. But it is possible that these people are unhinged and could become dangerous. So feeding it, enjoying this little drama game that she's got going on, is dangerous. Oh, Asha, you had an ex text you. I saw you today. Every time I visited my sister. He also left a CD he burned for you at her place, and your idiot sister let him take your car and get new wheels put on it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's different. Oh, that's hard. I'm so sorry. Anybody that relates to what I'm saying, I am so sorry you've gone through that. So being stalked is terrifying. Sorry, I was just saying, in the hopes that she's either too poor or too old to come and find me. And so far that has been sufficient. Although she has called in welfare checks where the police come, and she's been telling them that my husband mistreats me and that I'm in a coercive, controlling relationship. And I'm like, bitch, that was you. That was you. Yeah, it is scary when it really happens. And it's why her talking like this, it's not good, because it undermines everybody else's experience who's really gone through this. Oh, Asha, it was scary. And then your mum and sister told him you were pregnant with his baby? Why? Why? What? You weren't. It was your now husband's baby. He tried to demand, oh my gosh, an amnio. Even though the dating scans proved it wasn't his. That's not... Is your family okay? That's not okay. I hope Asha, what you're describing is long in the past and everything has righted itself. Oh, it was a long time ago. The baby's now 16. Okay, that's good. I'm sorry, Asha. I'm a little sus on your mother and sister at this point. I hope everything turned out okay there. Oof.
Thank you. Seriously. Oh, right on cue. There's my brother. Thank you, Freya. I can see the chat. I just flipped the camera. I really appreciate that, guys. So. Oh, I can hear them birds. They're loud right now.
Actually, something that my mother did that was creepy, this is her, by the way, not me, was that I changed my number and somehow she managed to get my number for her phone, my old number. I didn't even know that was possible. I don't know how she did that. And she was like calling companies, like insurance companies and stuff, pretending to be me. Yeah, it's never good.
Hey, Kate. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah.
That one was weird. That was like it slowly dropped out and then the others have been like a switch on and off. That was weird. Okay. Definitely not my Wi-Fi. I will look into this, my nuggets. I don't want this to continue. Yeah, that was a weird one. It was weird for you too? Something was different there.
You going live, Levi?
When I'm done with the shower.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think what I will do is, even if I don't have animated Vera, what I might try is like streaming on a different system and see if that fixes it and just start kind of eliminating where the problem is one by one. Although one thing I will say is OBS just sent out an update. I may need to just refresh my connection with OBS and that might be worth trying it. Maybe during the week I'll just do some temporary little trial streams, and if you jump in and you see them, that's great, but we'll get this sorted out.
But while I'm here, I can do some good talking.
Okay, what's up?
About the thing.
Oh, you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Oh, say what you want to say.
Okay, so what's happening here is Levi is about to talk about the wellness check that was served on Rosie. People have speculated that their stories don't actually match up. It does kind of look like the days match up, but the actual timing doesn't. So she had originally said that the police were timed exactly when her brother got home, which I, in the stream at the time, said, is that weird for America? Because in Australia, when you call in a wellness check, you don't get to say the time. They turn up when they're available to turn up, and because they're emergency response, so, you know, police are not always available. And US Nuggets said, yeah, that is weird. You don't get to say a time. They just turn up when they can, right? So that I found was weird at the time. And now apparently his... Sorry, I had just paused that as it dropped. So he said, allow me to tell my tale. Okay.
I love you. Go ahead.
Basically, I think it happened around like Thursday, I think it was. When I just came from work, had a good shower, was watching someone streaming. When I was hearing some noise going outside my room, then I heard the door, the ding-dong, the ring. And then I had to get my pants on and open up the door.
Not the play-by-play. I'm so sorry. This is not funny. I love you so much. I just wasn't expecting you to say that. I love you so much. Go ahead.
Yeah. Anyways, after that, I found the police guys there, trying to see they're trying to talk to me and asking if Rosalind was at the home.
I find him so relatable. I don't know much about him, but like when I tell a story, I want to tell it like this too. Oh, see you, Amanda. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate that. Have a good night.
I'll tell them no, I was by myself. Good, and they wanted to see.
Hey, Yamino. Are you the Yamino? I think you might be. Hello. Yes, you are. You're a bit famous. Hi, so glad you popped in.
It's also not my name, but anyway.
Oh my gosh, Furball, it's 5:30 in the morning. You haven't slept yet. Please go sleep. Your sleep is important.
Yeah. That's how they said it.
I know.
And after that, they said they wanted to get
Okay.
her number, and
You don't have to give the whole play-by-play.
I just thought it'd be.
I thought you wanted to say something about it. That's what.
No, they're saying that it all happened as such, and yeah.
Okay.
So she cuts him off, I think, because it could be seen that she's cutting him off because he's giving too much information because he's talking about putting pants on. Or it could be seen that she's cutting him off because he's about to discredit her story that she had said. I don't know which one it is. I think there's something weird about this whole situation. And yeah, you're not famous. Just love your fellow chickens, especially Aussie ones. Oh, are you a chicken too? Oh, you are too. I can see just slightly in your... Aww. Don't worry, you've done 10 plus years of 3-shift work. You've never met this sleep schedule people keep talking about. I get so clocking weird when I don't sleep properly. My circadian rhythm must be met to the second, or I am cranky. He's autistic. He's going to give every detail of what happened. Look, honestly, I find it slightly endearing. I know it can wear on you when you're hearing it like all the time, but I think it's funny. I relate to it. Has Charlie finished? And I'm getting some overflow. That's nice. I really didn't realize that I scheduled this at the same time that Charlie usually goes live. Although I know sometimes she misses a Friday, but I had set up the schedule before I started following her and had no idea. And now it works, so it's going to stay like this for a bit, but maybe not forever. Because I also like to catch Charlie's streams.
Right. Had to put his pants on. Sorry, that got me. He didn't tell it to me like that.
Gotcha, Kremlings.
Why am I laughing? Because I'm uncomfortable. This all happened, so Thursday, yeah, so my third day. Yeah, if you count the day I arrived. He would be a great voice actor, yeah. Sorry, the pants got me. I'm sorry, that's not fun. It's not funny. It's really not. But I had to put my pants on, fucking got me.
Oh, no. Oh, Kremlings. I'm just going to check that there's nothing that can be doxed on screen. No, we're good. Oh, Kremlings. I love this. This is going to be a new emoji. For Easter? It's a Vera Easter chicken. I love that. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, by the way, there's 2 new emojis as well that Cramlings kindly did. And it's a re-chick, as in an alt little girly chicken, Rachel chicken. And also a party, like a celebration Vera with a party hat. So yeah, check out those. They're available for members. They're custom emotes if you've got them. Hello, LaFay. Hi. To a goth one. Oh. Yes. Yes, we need a goth one.
Well, he said my full name. That's one of the reasons I stopped him, because I didn't know what details he was going to share that maybe the internet shouldn't know. I was protecting him. So.
Only if you want to, Cramblings, because I can do it too. I love that you want to, but if you get too busy, just tell me, okay? There's no expectations or anything like that on you.
Yeah, he would be a great voice actor. Oh, because someone go, yeah, because so in my last upload, like the last upload when I was in Texas, that's when I decided to share.
Oh, nutty. We need a Skyrim Chuck-in. A Dragonborn Vera. Oh. Please make pixel drawings available for the emojis. I want to make a crochet knit tapestry with the chicken design. Oh, yeah, I could do that. But you suck at turning regular drawings into pixel ones. I actually wanted to do a cross-stitch pattern as well, which is kind of in the same vein, essentially. I can do that semi-quickly. I have a lot on just at present, but let me just say I will put that on my list. I want to get the Discord fully up and running with membership lives before I start adding other things to my to-do list, if that's okay.
That someone called a wellness check on me in Florida so it was on Thursday. Yeah, I think he's right. That sounds right. Because I wasn't filming anything. That was a day I wasn't filming anything. It was like just a me and Rami day. We had just woken up.
LaFay, thank you so much. Loving how you encourage critical thinking on the phenomena that is girl world. That is a very, very important point of my channel. No, Rosie, you did that. Yep. I will need it done within the next 59 seconds. I'm not promising anything, and it's not my fault if you don't get it, okay? I didn't do anything wrong.
And I was we had just pulled ourselves out of, like, fantasy land. We had just been in, like, being together. And I had started doing the dishes as my phone rang, as my brother called me when all that went down. So people were saying I was lying. And he actually did call me. So, apparently, so did the police call you? So Levi called me, and then I talked to the police over the phone. I don't think my police station cares. They have not been very helpful. At my location, they weren't very helpful.
Okay, so we've gotten to the part of the live where I'm sick of listening to whoever we're listening to speak, and you've all become far more interesting. I will try and focus because we don't have much longer to go. We can call the Skyrim Chuck-in a Duvakeen? Duvakeen? What about a hang on, what am I trying to say? Ruvakeen? Roostvakeen? Look, really, there is a chicken pun to be had in pretty much every scenario if you look hard enough.
So, hey, Brittany. So, I would never lie about something like that.
And yet, I still don't believe you. I just don't believe you. There's something about you and your delivery of that statement that rings entirely untruthful. Yes, gotta support the chicken channels. Yamano, if you didn't know, I don't know how long you've been watching me, but I very covertly, and sometimes not very covertly, weave in chicken education. In the opinion that if I can change even one opinion on how chickens are, how they function, how much of a sentient being they are, if I can shift one perspective, then it's all worth it, especially if it's towards roosters. Dover Chuckeen. I always play a yeah, sorry, we're back. Okay, always play a wood elf, archer, assassin, thief. So I feel like it needs to have big pointy ears.
Anywho.
Yes, roos need all the love. I have 4 beautiful boys. I've had 5 in total. One of which, the one we lost, was the gold standard. He set the bar for all roosters, and it is high. Roosters are every bit as smart as dogs, and every bit as loving, and every bit as, like, they offer so much companionship. But yeah, it's subtle, but it's there. It's there. Thanks, LV. Yeah, I don't know. I'll sort out these issues. We will get there.
But yeah, so.
For everyone just coming in, I'm having some technical difficulties with the connection. Haven't quite figured out what it is, just that it's not my internet. So basically what I'm doing, I'm aware of it when it happens. I'll pause and then wait for it to reconnect. If you can bear with me, I'm going to do some detective work over the week and sort it out. But we're just kind of relentlessly persevering at the moment. But also, hello, everybody coming in. I recognize all of these names, by the way. I've seen you in other places, if not mine. Hello, hello, hello.
I wasn't expecting him to say all that. When he said it was going to happen, I thought he was just going to say something like that it happened and that, you know, how he felt about it or something. But he just started, like, listing all the details, and that's why I interrupted him. I wasn't expecting him to say that. I don't even know if he was going to say anything. I told him on the way home that people thought I was, if I need PR training. Okay, got you. I appreciate that info. Yeah, he's not from this world, you know. It's so concerning someone would do that when people need help from the police sometimes, and people are making false allegations when people really need help. Yeah, I know. I'd never.
You sneaky mother clucker. Miss Ma'am herself, hello, Charlie. Thank you so much. Welcome to the clucking crew. You've got a Discord. I have a Discord you can join. Hello, was I rated? Have I been? Thank you so much. I was just saying before, I don't know if you heard Charlie. Yes, it's everybody celebrate Charlie. I know you don't normally make yourself known because you create a bit of a to-do. I'm okay with the to-do. We're kind of just clucking about at the end of this stream anyway. But I was saying earlier, I didn't realize when I started this time slot that you also stream in this time slot. So we're I'm forcing people to choose, and I feel very bad about that. But the schedule is tight right now. I am a busy mother clucker. Thank you so much, LV, for gifting 10 memberships. My goodness. My goodness. Thank you so much. Des, LaFay, Storm Apparition, Kenzia. Oh my gosh. Stay Stacks, Buffering Cloud, I love that. Just a Sub, Bluey and Blueyed Panther, Shinelight, and Liana, congratulations. You all got gifted memberships courtesy of LV. Thank you, LV. You're so generous. I really appreciate that. There is some members only content, which is rapidly getting shadow banned. I might need to find another solution, and a Discord that you can get. Sorry about that, everyone. I don't know if you get much feedback when you shout people out, but I think I owe like a good 500 to 1,000 subs coming from your direction. You've helped my channel so much. My goodness. Oh, Southern Benito, you sent in 5 gifted. Guys, thank you so much. Oh, there's so many. I won't read you all out, but you've probably got notifications. Thank you so much, Charlie, for sending in another 5 memberships. Everybody, welcome to the Clucking crew. Hello, everybody. Yamano, thank you so much. Welcome to the Clucking crew. Oh, there's so many of you. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you, thank you. Everybody is so sweet. And poor Janton. Oh, that's okay. Don't worry. Janton's supporting and is a member somewhere else, I'm pretty sure. At this point, you're going to try and figure out how to join all the Discords. Yeah, so LV is sending you a link of a tutorial of how to link your accounts. But look, if anybody tries that and you're still having trouble, just send me a friend request on Discord. I'll invite you in from there. I'm Vera the Chuckin everywhere. Thank you so much. Thank you, Charlie. Don't forget to like the stream. Thank you. You've been all the Discords. Grey protesters at this point. If this isn't a call, everyone, to make sure that you have gifted memberships enabled, this would be it. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. Shall we go back to watching the ridiculousness that is Rosie?
I would never make something like that up. I didn't have any hand in anything that happened while I was in Texas. I was too busy being in Texas. And it baffled me. I mean, I honestly think the reason that was the majority of the reaction, because the majority of the reaction that I saw was that I was lying and making it up for attention. And I honestly think the majority of that is because most of those people that not only were actually a part of it, but the people that make the content around it.
Well, no, people think that because you've been relentlessly feeding the trolls from the stream that was directly before going to Texas. It's just been nothing but giving them attention. And that's why people think you've made it up to create that. And if you haven't made it up, you've at least been opportunistic in creating the more of that drama around you. And we've already gone through how dangerous that is, but yeah. Just finished reading to your boy and had to say, Charlie! Yeah, very sweet of Charlie to come in and give memberships and join the Clucking crew. And super chat. Thank you, Charlie. Your editing layout is amazing, by the way. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's chicken wire, by the way.
Are unable to hold themselves accountable for the fact that they are participating in a community that normalizes this behavior and makes it happen and turns it into entertainment and monetizes it just like they will when they react and watch this exact stream.
Oh, and Charlie, I nearly forgot. Thank you so much for, we've already run through the video that you so kindly provided. I was so grateful for that because I was about to spend a lot of time editing multiple channels versions together to get a clean version. Do not underestimate how much I will inconvenience myself to entertain the nuggets. But I really appreciated that. Yeah, thank you. You're so appreciated. Very much so.
And that's the reality, and they can't cope. So that's my thoughts on it. But yeah, I agree.
I will keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, someone took 2 pictures of us an hour apart in the same area. We stopped. It was about an hour. It was about an hour. I don't know the exact, I'll be honest. It could be like, I don't know, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, but whatever. In the same area. So, same person. That's all I know. We stopped to eat our dinner. So.
She's still so pissed. She really is. It's like, how she cannot stop running a business that is her. She is her own product. She can't just stop and go, wow, there are so many people against me on this. I'm just going to step back and try and reflect on what their perspectives might be, or even just directly ask them. Because I do get that there's a lot of strong words coming at her at the moment, and that is going to feel a certain way. But if everybody's coming at you, maybe it is worth just to step back and just run your actions through and just see how it comes out on the other side. And to continually, relentlessly repeat the "I've done nothing wrong, I'm not sorry." It's just, it flies in the face of all of these people who are financially supporting her. The nail tapping, I know.
I don't know. They might have just found me in the wild, to be fair, but they still followed me.
Okay, so that confirms what we were saying before. It would be different if, the actions were that they were parked outside his house and they followed her all night, and then they still continued to sit outside her house while taking photos and things like that. That is one situation, but she's confirming there that she doesn't actually know how long they were following her, or if they were following her. They may have just taken a couple of photos. That is undermining everybody who has actually experienced the stalking, as we've been discussing previously. But to come out now and say, I don't know, it might have just been a couple of pictures, I don't know if they were following me, that's you can't label that stalking. It's privacy infringing, but it's not stalking.
Thanks, guys. Anyway, the good of the trip was amazing, and it was worth every second. And I processed everything as it happened in real time, and I didn't let it affect my time there.
Except you let it stop you from live streaming and putting up members only vlogs and earning any sort of income and building trust towards your viewership.
And God. And I will never go into detail about Remy's side and all this, but all I will say is that he handled it better than I could have ever imagined. Protect your inner peace, girl. Clock that. Clock that, T-bitch. Let me tell you something.
Oh, goodness. I'm just looking at this kitchen. Why is that door open? This would bother me. What is going on? There's like dishes piled up in the sink. There's clutter everywhere. I could not. My nuggets. I need to have clear benches. With her 11 pending videos. Shut the clock up, Rosie. Here comes the eating. I don't think I kept much in, because there's only like 6 minutes left. You hate the open door. It's not just me. Don't question it. Just behold the horror. I will. You've just been handed a block of Lindt chocolate. May I have a rant about the price of clucking Easter eggs at the moment? Absurd. Like, people can't even afford clucking petrol, and then they're raising the prices of chocolate like that. Is it still coming in and out? I just see I'm the problem. Yeah, I'll definitely, I'll sort it out. If you see me live testing streams throughout the week, definitely jump in, because we'll see how it's going. We'll sort it out. And also all of those new Cluckers that have just been gifted memberships, there are going to be members only live streamed in the Discord, as well as some watch parties, we're going to start with the Princess Bride because most of us are millennials in here and that's fun. That's all coming soon, but the Discord is still quite new and I'm just getting it all set up and working out my schedule.
That is my only focus right now.
Thank you, LV. I appreciate you.
Because, like, the other thing I realized is, like, I've said it 1,000 times and I'm going to keep saying it. I lost my fucking way in 2025. If you guys only know me and my content from 2025 and you don't like the way things are going to change, I respect it.
Oh my goodness. This is a young woman. Oh my goodness. I don't know that she realizes how much life she's missing out on, how much she's crippled her own experience. And something that I always think about, you know, regardless of what you believe religiously, spiritually, or whatever, just for the moment, just put that aside. And just imagine that this is the only go around. There's nothing after, there's nothing before. It's just this experience in this moment. This is the life you've got. You're running a game on hardcore mode and that's just it. Is this how you want to spend your life? Is this the bodily prison that you've constructed for yourself, how you want to spend this life? What if this is it? This is all she's got. It's so, like, it's filled with barriers of being able to do things easily. It's filled with pain. It's filled with breathing issues. It's filled with sleep issues. Yeah. I see. We are going to be German in this stream. We were Ukrainian last stream. Just keep it clean. I don't fully speak German but I can if you'd like. Even though I like to think I can read it, just keep it clean. I trust you. That's what you believe? Only one shot. Yeah. I mean, we're not going to get into a religious discussion, but just in case, that's all you've got. Yeah. Exactly. Charlie, criticism aside, it's actually really sad. Rosie and others try to sell something different to viewers, especially Amber, I think, really tries to make it look, but the just the sheer shortness of breath, not being able to sleep in a bed like a normal person, not being able to clean the entirety of your skin, and so now your skin is subject to these horrible conditions that can sometimes be very difficult to treat, and it's a horrible way to live. I'm sure they wouldn't wish it on their worst enemy. You'll insult in English. Yes. Thanks, Creeds. A Gaga reference. I love Lady Gaga. I do tend to gravitate a little bit more towards the rock and metal for the most part, but Gaga relentlessly stays in my top 5 most favorite artists of all time.
But since December, it's been a process. I'm so grateful. My therapist gave me 2 more sessions even though I was technically out. So I get to see her a couple more times in April before I have to take my required break. I don't want to stop therapy at all. But I don't have insurance, as y'all know. So whatever.
How much do you all think Rosie would be earning? Because I know that a fair whack of the girls, all of the girls' earnings goes towards food. I get that. But do you think, and US Nuggets, please let me know, do you think that she could squeeze insurance somewhere? Like out of that budget? Your son is 4 and he loves Lady Gaga. Sorry, I'm giggling at the Lady Gaga references. Yeah, this is like from a week ago or so. I'm a little bit behind because there's been technical difficulties clucking up my live streams.
I'm really nervous about it because I'm doing really good on a lot of fronts right now. I'm being in therapy.
US nugget here depends on if she's going for state funded or public insurance or a private insurance. And does your insurance work the same way as it does here? Like, for example, if you're looking for health insurance and you're in this kind of state that we're looking at here, it's going to cost a fair bit more because the likelihood of medical issues that arise, it's higher, right? She's going to put a more of a strain statistically on a health insurance provider than, say, somebody of appropriate height and weight. Insurance is incredibly expensive in the States. It's one of the main reasons you kept your job outside of YouTube. Really? Yeah, wow. So I imagine this would be worse. Yeah, she'd probably require high-risk insurance, which is not cheap. Because in Australia, we have a normal private system, which I think does sound a bit more like the US system, but we also have access to a public system. The downside with the public system is that usually you have to wait quite a while to get in, because you're on a priority list, basically. But you can get healthcare. It's not necessarily no out of pocket, depends on what you're getting, but at least somebody in Rosie's position could still rely on that. But yeah, wow, you pay $258 every 2 weeks for top level private health insurance, and you're an Aussie. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, the public system is woefully underfunded. And depending on the state that you're in, sometimes it can be bad, very bad. Yeah, if she got a job, she'd have an employer insurance. That's a big if though, isn't it? Hey, Eliza. It's actually usually cheaper to get healthcare in the States without insurance because the hospitals will give you an uninsured discount, which is often less than the insured amount. I suppose it depends what you're doing. Yeah, right. Yeah, I know you pay $800 a month, and that's with a full-time job to cover a family. How anyone can survive in this day and age is beyond me. I saw that the US is struggling with petrol prices at the moment, and then everybody realized that you're all measuring by gallon, we measure by litre, and we're paying an obscene something like $11 per gallon or something like that equivalent. It's horrible, and we have the housing crisis here too. It's just, yeah. And the girls just sit there, do nothing on their live streams, rake in the cash, complain to their members and kick them out, and then order DoorDash for multiple meals a day. Life is fair.
It's a big part of that. But I know I think she said a couple months I can start the process over again.
The secret, my nuggets, be a frugal mother clucker like me. Reduce your overheads so low that even a pittance of an earning goes far.
I hope so, Sonny. Do you find it easier to go out and do lots of stuff with him by your side? Yes. In Florida,
I'm so sorry to keep pausing her. You've all become far more interesting than Rosie. Yeah, we do have a shortage. It's weird at the moment because we were supposed to have a 90-day supply, and then it turns out it was like a 2-week supply, and it's things are going to get interesting over the coming weeks. The hubby and I are in a very fortunate position with the community that we're in, and also we're both hermits, so we never travel. But yeah, it's going to get very rough for people. we got a little ahead of it, fortunately. We went and filled up. I've got a 4B, and that's a, oh, what do Americans call it? Can somebody translate 4B for me? 4-wheel drive. And we went and filled up the long range tank before all of this hit. It was still like $200 to fill up the car. It's obscene. It used to be $100 to do both.
Scared all the time because I'm alone or with my brother. Yeah, his favorite color is purple. Yeah, I love this chair. I love the chair he had in his apartment for me too. You're good, Farah.
Lady Savage, thank you so much. Oh, that's so generous. I appreciate you. As a fellow Aussie, love your mindful take on the build of a person's mask and what's under it in the world. Plus 20 years, no contact with my own damaged mother who should be in jail. Oh, I feel that. I feel that deeply. Love seeing love seeing and others be better for it. Yeah, that's it. It's the sort of thing we wouldn't wish on anyone, but it's kind of made us who we are, isn't it? But yeah, it's hard. Kind of the basis of my entire channel too. How shit my mother was. But seriously though, the mistreatment at the hands of mothers, especially if we're talking about physical and sexual, it's not spoken about enough, and I'm going to be here to speak about it. Privately, so none of you know who she is. Madam is litigious.
Nah, I don't think I'm gonna have kids in this lifetime. Yes, this is a new guy. Eros.
As the child of a narcissistic mother, actually from a long line of people that should not have been mothers, I'm here to say that I'm kind of glad she's of this mindset. Rosie has so much growth to do before she can even begin to get into the space of putting somebody else ahead of herself. And I don't know that it, like, even if it's possible, even if she could and it was a choice, I don't think she's got the time to make that turnaround. Oh, really? You used to think your mother was seriously bad, but nothing like the experiences here. Yeah, but don't get caught up in the comparing it to others' experiences either, because it's all on that 100 scale, right? Like that I've talked about before, where your absolute worst experience that you've ever had in your life is your 100 versus, say, 0 or 1 being, a very benign thing that happens. And for example, when you're a toddler, your 100 might be dropping your ice cream on the floor, and that's devastating and meltdown worthy, but then gradually you have worse and worse experiences that lead you, that inflate your 100, right? So for me, my 100 is potentially not the same as your 100, but that does not negate the fact that your experience of your 100 is still there. Does that make sense? So don't diminish your own just because you perceive that others are worse, is my point. The baby fever will come back with a vengeance. Can't relate, never got it. For animals though, yes, I want more chickens, please. Lady Savage, welcome to the Clucking crew. Thank you so much. There are members only videos and a Discord waiting for you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for seeing that podcast. So I know you talked about having agoraphobia. Was it hard to deal with?
And by the way, on that 100 scale note, that's why a lot of us have such a problem with these women, because they are so naive and so limited in their life experience that they look at these things. Mother Clucker, I am so sorry about these disturbances, everyone. Oh, Charlie, thank you so much. You're being far too generous. But thank you. I appreciate you on so many levels. You speaking about your past with your mother spoke to a lot of people. Thank you for sharing your experience. I've been a silent viewer for a while. Oh, before saying anything, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I've heard you also talk about your experiences, and I was going to say, I think you and I have a lot in common, but then I don't want to be that creepy person, you know what I mean? Yeah. Unfortunately, we are a community of a lot of shared experiences like that. But we talk about it. It's what we do. Thank you, Charlie.
In Texas. At points, yeah, especially. I didn't vlog the first time I left the house after I had a real life incident with someone. You know, I didn't talk about that, and I'm not going to. But I got through it, and I used my coping skills.
Oh, that's a good point, Janton. Would mods that are in here at the moment mind sharing that link for the Discord? I did put it in our mods section, our mods channel on the Discord. If you scroll up all the way, it'll be up there. Thank you.
And, yeah. So, yeah. Because I am a real human being with feelings, you know? But having him by my side was everything, you know? Like, I felt so much safer.
Is that not putting a lot on that individual, though? I don't know if Remily has, like, fully grasped what he's taking on here. She has that vibe that I was talking about, you know, where she's waiting to be rescued. And I feel like a lot of these women have that in common, where they're just waiting constantly for other people to do things for themselves. And I've been there. I've absolutely been that person, and I've seen the other side. I know it takes a lot of work, though. I don't know if these women have the conviction required to turn this around, but there's a lot being put on Remily at the moment. Thank you so much, Cramblings. That's the tutorial here, if you click that. Otherwise, send me a friend request on Discord if you're still having trouble. This is a persnickety. I like persnickety things, and I love the word persnickety. This is a persnickety thing, but I wish QLR would learn how to better film. Her framing and putting items on her hand in front of the shot are just messy. You know what? I think anytime you have a craft, especially if you're doing it for income, it's wise to constantly improve yourself, and none of them do. Like, let's just stick with the absolute bare minimum and roll with that. Yeah, that's true. Learned or forced helplessness is a very hard pattern to get out of. And the very first thing is to recognize that you're doing it, which I think is also difficult because of the essence of the learn. I'll just pause, like mid-sentence. Thank you. Everyone's pain is relevant and worth understanding so long as you don't use it as a crutch. I think that's the most critical point there. I got up to the essence of, I don't remember what I said now. I'm sorry. Oh, it's such a shit. I will fix it. We're persevering. We have like 3.5 minutes to get through. We're going to do it, and then I'm going to fix it, okay? Oh, sorry. I just wanted to say I pointed this out here because someone called Hamburger said, oh, is he still not letting you post him? Now, she has a disproportionate reaction to this, and I found that really interesting.
Oh, let me make something very clear, Hamburger. I'm the one that's not ready for a face reveal.
She did not like that. She does not like somebody insinuating that her man is telling her what to do on her channel. It's interesting. Watch.
For a new relationship. I don't want to do a face reveal yet. That is my decision.
Why does that matter? Why does that matter if we thought that he was dictating that? Because here's the thing. He would be within his rights to say what he's comfortable with of his being put online. Why is that a problem? I don't show my husband. You don't know his name. You don't know what he looks like because he's not comfortable with it. And I wouldn't want to void that. So he is dictating that because it's his being that he's dictating, right? It's interesting. But so she is so desperate to seem like she's the one in control of this whole situation, which kind of makes me wonder, is she actually in control of this whole situation, which would lend to Remily being, the naive kind of controlled one? Or is he actually in control of this situation and she's sensitive about being called his feedee? And this kind of continues to take the power away from her. I would be interested to hear if anybody else has any other theories, but this right here stood out to me as odd. Something about this is significant. And when something doesn't fit, it makes me relentlessly analyze it because there's something there. And it's not always immediately obvious what the thing is. Sometimes it takes time for events to unfold and then you go, oh yeah, that's why. But I'm just... put a pin in this, my nuggets. This is significant one way or another. She wants them to know she's in control. But why? Why does that matter? Why is that so sensitive for her? You hope she's not removing autonomy. I hope. Yeah. Funny how all the girls have to be so in control of everything except food. I don't think that's a coincidence. An accident, I mean. I think that is a direct result. You think she's mad? He doesn't want to be seen. That's good point, dead not sleeping. Yeah. Maybe they've had arguments about it. The minute you get chickens, you bug it. Hey, I have a whole chook chat. Don't forget. On the Discord. Oh, I'm so over this. I'm so over it. Oh, I think this was Rosie responding to something posted about her and Remily on social media or a forum. She's just not saying that. She likes to pretend she doesn't keep up with what's on said online. That, yes, good point. So she's getting ahead of it. She's overcompensating. Oh, I agree. Everybody needs chickens. Get chickens. They're great. She's probably in here now.
Like, regardless of... It took me some time to kind of figure out what I wanted and, like, spend some time with him. Nails are TAF. Thank you.
She's so clucking proud of those nails.
It took some time for me because I was flip-flopping. I was. There was a part of me I was like, guys, I want to share. Not yet.
Except for the girls. No chickens for the girls. Yeah, because we know what they clucking do with those chickens. Oh, it makes me so mad. That thing where Amber ordered like 40 chicken nuggets and then just ate all of the fried, the coating off them. Again, I'm not going to be a preachy vegetarian. I don't care what you eat, but at least eat it considering that it was alive before. And when you're being so wasteful and so gluttonous over something that had a face and a personality, it makes me very angry. Very, very angry. I don't care what you all eat. Do you. Don't take that away from what I'm saying. But yeah, it's so wasteful. And even if you're just coming at it from the viewpoint of the food insecurity that is happening in this world, it's disgusting. It's so disgusting.
Does that Stephanie Sue girl not post her husband? I think that's fine. Exactly. People trying to force a face reveal is crazy, LMAO. I know. You're good, Hamburger. I was just clarifying. That wasn't to you. I just want that to be clear. Like, when it comes to my channel, I'm the final say outside of, like, if he's not comfortable, of course, it's not happening, right? But everything that I do post moving forward is with his express consent, having seen all of the footage, unedited and edited, so.
As it should be. And if I were him, I would be saying already the information you've shared is too much and I'm not okay with it.
It's so annoying how people ruin how naturally transparent people are. They ruin it for everyone.
Oh, stop it. Oh, I hate the smug. I hate the smug.
Yup! That's all I got to say to that.
So do you see what she's doing there too? She's actively weaponizing the members that support her against the members that just are disagreeing with her or quote unquote being combative, according to her. She's using them and building them up so that they will fight for her. Any creator that's doing that with their audience, and if you are ever supporting a creator that does that with their audience, really step back and have a look at that creator. You should never be weaponized, but that's exactly what she's doing here.
Exactly, same. People just love to invade my privacy as a hobby.
Everything that is out there is a direct result of what she has leaked. And let's not pretend that this is exactly what she's wanted all this time. Like, okay, I haven't been in girl world. Wow, that far back. Yeah, so I haven't been in girl world as a creator that long, but I've been in girl world for as a viewer for quite a while. And I remember used to watch Geordie's live streams, and she got in there when all of this shit was coming up with Alexis and Amber. She was trying to become one of the girls at that time. She was trying so hard. So let's not sit here and pretend that she isn't delighted about the fact that Amber's lost the crown and now people are starting to look at her with this vast hater community that she has. Absolutely not. Aussie internet ran off emus. Yeah, the disruptions that I'm having, all I can tell is that it is actually not my internet. I have ruled that out. I think it's the platform I'm using to stream from, so I need to, yeah, I'll work it out. I will. It's not always like this, but it's incredibly frustrating. Yeah. Oh, no. Is Poppy streaming too?
It's fucking freaky.
She clucking loves it. She loves it. This is what she wanted. Oh, this is so weird. Why does she do this? Is this normal for her? This is weird. Look at the way she fills this. It's like she's trying to do ASMR because that's how they pose for the camera. It's weird.
I did that for members only, Adriana. But I'm moving forward because I did the best that I could with the situation I was in and the information I had, and I'm not going to
Oh, Truma, don't start with the cassowaries. I don't know how long you've been watching me, but I love that you're in here, by the way. Hello. You're about to start something. Okay, yeah, no, it's been started. Oh, man. Give me the cassowaries. Oh, it buffers for so long. She had just
The
said...
situation I was in and the information I had, and I'm not going to...
Hang on.
Um,
I hate this so much. I'm